Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
All right. Shalom, everybody. I hope everybody is doing good out there today. I am your host, Elder Rawchaa, and you are tuned in to G.O.C.C. Media, Tuesday nights with your elder. How is everybody doing out there today? Good to see everybody. I'm glad to be back on the broadcast. Last week, we took a little break. We went outside on the homestead, you understand, and showed you guys how to do a little homesteading, a little gardening, a little husbandry, okay, in a simple form and fashion, okay? So, because, we've been having a lot going on. I mean, we just had a beautiful wedding with, I'm gonna give a shout out to Brother Fiston and G.O.C.C. Houston and Sister Vanessa. So they just got married, or whatever the case may be, and all of the brothers and sisters that she knew, who she was close to, came down from the New York body. What a beautiful event. It was just beautiful to see black love. I mean, boy, and that it is missing. It's missing in the earth, and we need to spread that thing. Nothing against anyone who who didn't know the truth, whether Jew or Gentile alike. Hey, you are who you're with now. That's not what we're talking about. But no one can get mad or jealous or hate if someone says that we need to actually have black love. Because when Christ comes back and he stands on Mount Zion, when it talks about it in the book of Ezra, 2nd Ezra, Zion that was being built and formed. It was talking about our actual people. That same prophecy went to Daniel, okay, that our people will be building the kingdom, not by observation. How could we build a kingdom and come back with the image of just, I mean, even though people are going to look different because of the mixing anyway among the Gentiles, but you would want as close as possible for what he intended in the beginning. All right. And who wouldn't want to see what the earth doesn't see right now? And that is the Israelite man and woman, you understand, standing side by side as husband and wife in the image of the Most High, king and queen. Don't forget, there is no queen without a king, but it can be a king without a queen. But the Most High formed family. So we're going to talk a little bit about it tonight. We talk about it often, but we have to put you in remembrance, and as time gets closer, promote what the Most High wanted even more. We're supposed to be, if we can, if it's our will, if it's the Most High's will, that we get married, build his kingdom, be fruitful and multiply with a new righteous generation. Okay, not bringing the children back into the curses. All right, so this is important to see that, like I said, side by side, that because mostly I'm talking about the Judite kingdom. Mostly I'm talking about the Judite kingdom because they are the ones who are the leaders in the last days, who everybody's waiting on, because the Bible talks about in Genesis 49, who shall rouse up Judah. These are this is the tribe they're trying to keep down the most. Nothing against Israelite marriages in general, but I mean, we really need to see. Obviously, some people can say, well, they go on in Africa. They go on in Africa, but it's nothing wrong with that. That's a beautiful thing. But we're talking about under our God, huh? Right? We're talking about not Uluwa, who you guys call God over there in Africa, Uluwa. No, we're talking about Ahaya. Okay, not under the sun goddess, not under Ashtaris, not under these false idols and gods that you're talking about. I'm talking about the creator of the heavens and the earth. Ahaya is his name, which in English is I am. For those of you who may not understand the ancient language. Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. I am that I am. In the name of our Savior, which is Yeshaya. All right? So we have to stand and we won't fit the prophecies if we don't come back into that name, that remnant coming back into that name. What's wrong with a black man standing next to a black woman? Hey, we can't even see it on the movies. They seem to, on The Walking Dead, have Rick. And I love The Walking Dead. And I'm not racist. And we're not racist. Because we wake up the Gentiles, just like always there were Gentiles staying among us in the land of Israel. Let us stop being childish and have to have the conversation of stupidity just because we're addressing the elephant in the room. We need to promote black love because they're trying to continue to divide and keep Judah down. And it's crazy because through Judah, the rest of the tribes are going to follow. If not, the rest of the tribes are just going to live their life and ignore what's going on until Judah does something about it. It's just what it is. They're promoting us in ways of, oh, she doesn't need him. She can get it alone and all of these things. Even got Neo singing. Neo's a great singer and a great artist. I don't know if he know, but you know what I mean? He got black love. As a matter of fact, he got him a few wives, but that's not what we promote over here. But he definitely like black love. But he's promoting she got her own thing, but he's over his own women. So, no. We don't want to hear any more hypocrisy. We need our brothers and our sisters to stand together. We need the children to see it. We need all of the Northern Kingdom or Hispanic Native Indian tribes to see it. Okay, and guess what? I think they will be proud of our people. I think Edomites will be proud of our people. I think the rest of the world will be proud of our people. And obviously not all of them. A lot of people, a lot of nations don't want to see that, but I think they would be proud to finally see us, okay, have overcome with Esau, okay? And when I say Esau, I'm talking about the Edomites at the top who never thought that we can do it. I think that we should feel good about it. I think that it should be promoted. And I think that we should be really, really, really working hard at making sure not that we just marry, that it's going to be successful. Using the scriptures that our forefathers gave us and through the experience of the teachers who are under Christ and the disciples. Okay, so I'm going to drink me a little bit of this beautiful pre-workout here. I'm going to get me a little bit of that because I've been working hard all day. And that's going to keep me going. Usually I like to put my Lugos iodine with that in the morning. And my selenium and my B12. And then we pop it off like that, right? Anyway, let me give an announcement before we go too far. Because I'm glad that we are back in the academy. Okay. For those of you who are new or not, okay, we are in the academy. And our academy is a 3-month course, okay, that teaches you and brings you up to speed and date with the time that the Most High have given in the Bible. And we talk about it in this here academy, okay? We go by the 364-day calendar, not the 365. And if that sounds crazy or contrary to what you believe, even the more you should come in there and learn why we actually teach that, okay? because it's God's calendar. Don't forget, every nation has their own calendar. Literally, when you travel, you're going to see the Chinese calendar, the Coptic calendar, you know what I mean? The Ishmaelite Arab calendar. Everybody has their own times that they go by. Okay, so this theme here in this academy, it already started. I think last week they went into the history of the Tower of Babel I was watching, okay? The theme is the Babylon, Rome to America. Babylon, Rome to America. Okay, if you want to understand why some of these so-called holidays are here and where they come from, listen, we're going to bring you all the way back from Babylon, which are the modern day East Indians and some Pakistanis. Okay, these are your Babylonians. These are Hamites. Nothing against them, but unfortunately, this is who they are. And a lot of their people worship false idols, different gods like Kali. They worship the elephant god, the bull, all type of different gods that they worship. Okay, so these are the people who, if you still don't understand, they're wearing the red dot there. Very similar if you've lived in overseas among Middle Easterns with the Egyptians. The Egyptians have they rub their head on the ground when they're praying to prove that they pray a lot, as if prayer is the only thing in words that's going to get you into the kingdom of heaven. It's not. Okay, so very similar religions, okay? And you can get all of that inside of this academy to learn where these things come from, right? So, but this theme is focused on what is focused on this time. They will go back around to the creation if you want to know about the creation and things like that. But right now we're going through the history of the Tower of Babel. Okay, this is where it all started. The secret war of Edom against the Israelites. That's what we're in right now. But we're just going to bring you all the way back. That's why it's called Babylon, Rome to America. Okay, the desolation of abomination. Edom is the so-called white man. There's no one white, but God called him red. People call them white today, okay? When you look on the hunting channel, who do you see hunting? Not that black people can't hunt and don't like to go and hunt. You mostly see white people, so-called white people. And there's nothing wrong with hunting. I'm just saying, I'm identifying them according to what God said that they would do, okay? They would be blessed by the sword. And their brother Jacob will be a smooth man, meaning he would not be extra hairy. And, you know, he just have style and flavor. Come on, guys, let's be quite honest. Who's leading the world in all of the entertainment? That's the gift that we were given. We were given so many different gifts. And Esau's gift was to be blessed by the sword. So that's why you see them taking all of these countries down and doing what their blessing is. You can't blame them for that. The desolation of abomination, okay? Talking about very similar when you read the book of the War of the Jews in 70 AD, how the Romans sacked Jerusalem. Well, we're still in that. Okay, we're just in the final part of that so-called takedown or battle. The desolation of abomination. Yes, it has something to do with the takedown of the Judite and the Israelite tribes. Okay, and it's just a very stealth type of war. We go into that. Okay. In the book of Daniel, and also the book of Matthew that Christ was talking about that, okay? When you see Jerusalem being compassed with armies. Now, they're going to be doing it in a different type of way as you see AI coming through, as you see them promoting peace through their agendas and their policies, okay? How to calculate time according to the Bible, like we spoke about earlier, how we go by the 364 day calendar. Very simple. We just celebrated, sorry about that. We just celebrated the first day of summer. We just celebrated the first day of summer on Saturday sundown to Sunday sundown was the first day of summer. So basically, you have 4 intercalary days when you reading the book of Enoch. Just a very brief thing to show you how we go into it. And those days are called new moons in the Bible, which really means new season. Very simple. You have spring, summer, fall, and winter. So you have those 4 days that separates the season, okay? Those are the 4 days, and you have the 360 days. Very simple how God works. You don't have to change or add to it. So we go into that. A Nest Above the Stars, Satan's space program. Okay, boy, you definitely want to see what that's about. I had friends who worked for NASA, older gentlemen work for NASA, so I definitely know and can see how that can be. Okay, we have a whole space army and all that now, right? Space Force. The final battle of Armageddon. We are already moving towards it. It is already starting and have started now. Okay, the Most High God is already moving the armies into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, near the land of Israel and Syria. It's already happening, right? So, last but not least, covenant under fire. Very similar to our topic tonight, but we're not actually going into marriage, but exactly. But and we're just going to explain a few similarities. But covenant under fire, will your marriage stand? All right. This is our Hebrew and Bible Academy. We do have news before it starts, world news that cannot be played on obviously YouTube here, so we can keep our channel with Elder Rawchaa from the United Kingdom. Okay, we do have biblical Hebrew, okay, not the modern day Yiddish Hebrew, which is nothing wrong with speaking that. Elder Lawya teaches the Hebrew, okay. So you're going to learn let's see, conversational Hebrew and proper grammar, okay. True history of the world and of course the news, okay, with Elder Rawchaa and Elder Rawchaa. We also have interviews with people dealing with health, sports, homesteading, what else? You understand, just different things like that, okay? So free PDF booklets and video downloads for each lesson. Outside of the academy, we do have other shows that comes on. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, I know Elder came on today speaking about the puffy situation. Very powerful information. Very, very powerful information. And you know what's funny? I'm watching the show, The Godfather of Harlem, with Bumpy Johnson and Frank Lucas on there, and the Italian. So you have the Italians, which are your Edomite mixed with Danite mix, who are judging over there in New York and on the East Coast. Dan means judge itself. So that's why Dan, he decided to turn to a snake, a lot of his people. Not that they can't come to Christ and be saved, but they decided to join with the Romans and become snakes and serpents against their own people. And if you lived around them, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. They do not like Judah. They are the judges, the Cuomos and all of these things, yes. So when you watch this old show called Godfather of Harlem, man, you learn a lot, you see a lot on that. And I have people who are from New York who I know outside of the truth who know a lot of these different people who we're talking about tonight on this show, who've been there in that time, in Harlem and all that. So anyway, that is the academy. We're going to go into our lesson. We do have a call-in number. So I tried not to make too many different things to go into so that I can have the people call in tonight so we can speak about some of this, okay? Because black marriages have been and are under attack, and they have always been. Okay? Have always been. Yes, yes, Dan chose to be judges and link in with the enemy against his brethren. That's why Dan, the father, they're all around the Mediterranean Sea. That's why their father said that they would not be into government. They would not be in the government of Christ's kingdom. Not that they can't get saved. They wouldn't be in the government part of it. Okay, and 144,000. They would not rule in the government because they're ruling here. All right. So anyway, let me get my notes. Israelite king and queen must stand together. Guys, we see the walls closing in. We see them taking away social benefits. We see them taking away social benefits from our sisters. All of a sudden, a big rug pull after they first took the man out. Elder was speaking about this, I think, a few Saturdays ago or last Saturday or two. How they took the men, the protector of the home, the strong man of the home that they bound spiritually, got him out of the home, gave the women housing, and they became they spiritually spoon-fed our sisters and deceived them no different than they did in the Garden of Eden. They took the man out, left the children and the women to only in the last days get ready to bring in the mark of the beast, where it's just women and children that they will put out of their houses. Women through emotion already make decisions even when they're doing okay, let alone when they're desperate or vulnerable. Make a decision to take something that will ruin their whole soul to not get into the kingdom of heaven. My baby gotta eat. What I'm supposed to do? You know what you're supposed to do? We're going to talk about it tonight. Lean on that black Israelite man. I'm not saying it's just lean on a black man, because East Indians are black. Hamites are black. Arabs, the original Arabs are black. Egyptians are black. The original Palestinians were black. Okay, a lot of you don't know those Philistines or Palestinians. That's the same thing. They're in the same family as the Egyptians when you read in the genealogy. When Alexander the general came, let me tell you, when they took over the whole earth at one point and turned a lot of Japhet light skin. They turned a lot of the Arabs light skin. You see a lot of people, and I'm going to show you on the show very soon. I had to show this to my family. They didn't really know, because even my children were born there, but they don't remember that place. How the Most High blessed them since I came back. Only my oldest daughters remember the place that I lived in Egypt. But I'm going to show you guys, people who want to rush and just jump and run to other countries, what a young man like myself and other young men like Rawchaa and others had to endure through that most people couldn't endure through. I can tell you that they couldn't endure through it. Not for the 10 years I've been over there and the things that I went through. I'm going to show you that there's like a little tour of them walking through. And just, let me tell you, boy, you guys are blessed. We're going to go through that, though. That's a whole nother story. I don't know how there's still single sisters staying over there in that type of country. When you see, you'll get what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, they would take the man out of the home, their diabolical plan from long ago. And we were babies when they were doing this. This was going on when we were babies. A man like myself, we were babies. We had no clue of what was going on. When I was growing up, I was seeing it. I was like, man, why are all the Hispanics and the blacks stuck in these little bad neighborhoods? I could see it at a very, very young age. I'm talking about 5, 7 years old. I was able to see this stuff. And I knew that one day I wanted better for my own people. Never knew that I would be doing this. But my spirit reverenced the God up there and didn't even know who he was, how to find him. I just knew. I'm like, man, this is not right. This is going to have to change. Why is there racism? You seen these little racist movies like Rosewood and stuff, and you can just feel it. All right. But anyway, with all that being said, even though all that's going on, it would be okay if we were doing all right together. If our people were together, right? I mean, we can have a whole 1,000,000-man march and nothing happens. where a bunch of white people can run inside of the White House. When I'm over there in Egypt, the Arabs can run inside of their political building. But we killing each other, broken families, not taking care of our children. And I'm not blaming us. I'm saying these are the things that they have us worried about and going through. Right? When they're ready to die for what they believe in. We don't love ourselves enough to even do it. Okay? So, women, we're going to talk about, are you tired of playing both roles? Isn't it hard for you to play both roles? We're going to show some videos tonight of a few sisters that because sometimes people send me things, sent me last week, and some sisters basically were saying, man, I'm pretty much ready to listen. You know what I mean? And I know brothers are tired. Not only brothers, I know sisters too, to a certain degree. But really, I know our brothers are tired, and they're going to the Vietnamese, they're going to Edomites, they're going to other nations because, hey, this is something that black sisters really don't want to hear. So if you have children, it's not going to get really graphic, but I'm just saying this is an adult conversation. So if you have children, they don't really need to, you know what I mean? So, yeah. This is about adults. What I'm saying is you have to understand how men are. Sisters, let me teach you a little something here. Men want to feel like they are the only, and I'm not talking about a fake thing about it. Not being fake, not dissimulating it. Not showing love with dissimulation, not giving a gift grudgingly. Because he's going to know when you're faking it too. You can't be like, oh, You in the bed at night and you faking it like they show on some of these. No, I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about loving him in general. You can't fake it. The Bible says don't give a gift grudgingly. You got to truly be in love with everything about this man as if he's the last man on earth. That's how you have to treat your husband. Okay? Because guess what? You're going to see why I'm saying that in these times to come. I'm already seeing it going on. Sisters are like, hold up, let me get my little self together. You know what I mean? He say he don't need all of this extra stuff anyway. That's less money for me to spend on that because times is getting hard anyway. Let me work on my exercise, not talking so much and being more able to listen and get ready, to be under something God might bless me with. Sisters are getting ready. You can't blame them. Men and women have been, trapped, deceived, snared. Okay? And guess what? Sister, if you are not able to, if you don't get a man, you still have a man. He's Christ. At least your soul is saved. We need to be happy for one another in our kingdom. Don't be like, well, she got married. What about me? What he see in her, he don't see in me. No. Listen, a lot of men will go to a white woman, a Vietnamese or whatever in the military time. A lot of them are over there, but still these women, they obey and they listen. I'm just trying to tell you, not saying, not that you should say, oh, he got to like me for who I am and that's it. He don't have to do anything, He don't have to do anything. And men are standing on that. They don't have to, they don't have to do anything. Okay, and as long as you keep saying that, the longer you say that, you'll realize you're saying that alone after a while. And then guess what? Guess who will be your boyfriend then? That robot. That artificial intelligence. You got weirdos out here now creating, even sisters, because work is low. Sisters are creating. My wife showed me because, we deal with all of these cartoons and all this stuff. It's people creating. Instead of OnlyFans, people are creating now. Now I see why Christ said, don't undress a woman in your mind because you have already committed adultery. People are creating, AI porn now. They can now just create something so they don't have to do it. Create a whole scene and all of this weird stuff. Hey, and guess what? They say they making money off of it. It's all type of desperate hustles now. All type of desperate hustles, and you'll have, people who are into this stuff who can't afford it or who can't afford it. This is the new world. This will be your reality if you don't listen to what this Bible is saying. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to be acting all holy in front of everybody else. But yeah, when you go home, this is the spirit that you're dealing with and why you can never seem to get ahead. It's not a blame. It's a warning before these things start to happen, because this AI is creeping in, making everybody think that they are, oh, you know, you can do this. You can do this. They want you to be. They want you to be in this false sense of reality. They want everybody to be able to create their own avatar now. Why you think they're giving the technology away? You got some of us who've been doing this, dealing with technology. But now here goes Israel, crab in a bucket. I told people years ago, the auto-tune, I'm not against people using auto-tune. But what I'm saying is using auto-tune should just be like a little tool, a little fun. But some people who don't even have talent using auto-tune, it's just really a waste of time. It's unfair, and you really don't have talent. And really, you will really be indirectly worshiping AI, okay? And I said that over 16 years ago before AI came out. I knew we would be to this point to where people are creating all type of songs and all type of different things. Israel is crap in the bucket. They don't have a lot going on. So you're getting ready to see a lot of people step on a lot of toes. Because guess what? They've been making Disney and Pixar and all that. They just throwing you the technology that they're done with, because they're getting ready to bring you into the metaverse. Okay? There's nothing wrong with using this thing as a slave or a tool or a servant. But you're getting ready to see a lot of no talented people who didn't have talent before. Since I can get on ChatGPT and tell AI, let me tell you, you're getting ready to deal with a weird world. I'm not going to be sitting back with the homies watching a fake movie. You know, I like to watch a few series and TV shows. But if it's all fake, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? Like, if it ain't a cartoon, because cartoons always been fake. But I'm not sitting here getting ready to watch some fake humans. You know what I mean? Like, listen, it's getting ready to be weird. So sisters, you want you a real man? Brothers, you want you a real woman? The time is very short to get your things in line because the walls are closing in. So I thought I'd just put that out there just for a second. All right. I thought I'd put that out there just for a second. All right. Because I'm looking at one thing I can appreciate about Chicago. These immigrants are coming in there. It seems like our brothers and sisters over there are pulling together, fighting together. It seems like they're pulling together and fighting together. But we're going to need a little bit more of that, like to show that in marriage. OK, so I want to first go into let's go into this here first. This video here. Let me go into a few videos first. Now, if you see any profanity on here, just ignore it. We don't use profane language, and neither do we benefit from it. You know what I mean? So and neither is it godly. So we're just using worldly examples because our people who need to come into the light are in the world. All right. So I just want to put that out there really quick. This specific video here, fair use, is just a sister who looks very tired. Okay, I'm not here to make fun of this sister. I saw it and I said, man, this reminds me of Isaiah chapter 4. All right, and I said, let me hold some of these videos because I may need to talk about this, because maybe this is one we see online, but what if a lot more sisters are going through this, which I know they are. So let's see it really quick. Fair use, educational purposes only.
I'm currently looking for a boyfriend. I pay all the bills, his and mine. He get a $500 weekly allowance. Depending on what kind of car he already has, I'll buy him a 2025 or better. I don't have any kids. My job, I'm an entrepreneur. I fly in and out of the country on the regular. You can cheat, but I ask that you let me know, and y'all take STD tests so won't come back to me. I love real hard, and I play I don't play no games. I don't even play the radio. I like riding trailers. So if you for real and you looking for a girlfriend, I'm looking for a boyfriend.
Now, obviously, people are going to get views and jokes from this. That's not why I'm playing it, because it looks like my sister been through a lot. I'm not going to assume what she went through, because everybody walks through their own shoes. All right. It looks like she's not getting some sleep, or she's lacking iron because she has a lot of dark circles around her eyes. All right. So people do anything to get views, and I'm not knocking them, whatever. I get it. I understand. But what I wanted to highlight was that, let me read it really quick. Let's go into Isaiah 4. Okay. I mean, she literally said exactly what the prophet said that was going to happen. And this is just starting. It haven't even got to where it's going to be, actually. All right. And it's not like, I want to tell you something too. I'm not bringing this scripture out because I'm looking forward to this day. Let me tell you, our sisters out here hurting because they've been deceived by the enemy. Our forefathers' sins have brought us into this captive state and captive mindset, to where it's like it would eat us up alive, beat us all the way down to where we come back like, man, I'll just take this, man. Like, I'll even just take that. You know what I mean? So I pray for that sister, that not that she gets a boyfriend, but that she finds Christ first, okay, through everything she's been through, and then most high willing that she can actually find her a husband who will not take advantage and use her for what she just said. You don't, sister, if you're out there, you don't want to give that to a loser. You don't want to give that to a dude who's just going to deal with you and take advantage of you. You know what I mean? You still put your hard work in. Not that, you should have had to if you would have done it the right way. A man could have took over, but a man don't deserve to come in and just take and steal from you all that just because he's a man with a pillar and stones. Right? So let's read it in Isaiah 4. A lot of people try to promote this as some multiple wives, not knowing. Don't forget, they always bring it back to Jacob. They always bring it back when our people were calling on Yahweh for about 800 years, okay? During the period of darkness. It was a historical time where our people were totally lost. There were not Bibles everywhere around. Sometimes men were marrying women, they were taking care of them. And so the Most High just let it happen because guess what? They were taking care of their wives. But this was nowhere near promoted. That's why the sons of Zadok, the Zadokites, came to David and corrected him that he wasn't supposed to have all these wives. And a lot of you forget, Jacob didn't want more than one wife. But the Most High did also say that Abraham was going to make many nations. He made the, what was that? Not the Libyans. Who were those? The Midianites, through his other wife, Keturah. He had the Israelites. He had the Ishmaelites. And then Jacob, and then through Isaac, he had also the Edomites. So this was a purpose of why this was going on. So you got a broke dude just finding out he's an Israelite. All of a sudden, the first thing in his mind, instead of saving his soul, is to have a freak party, to turn into a pimp. At least our forefathers, even when they were doing it, they had substance to be able to take care of these sisters. And any righteous man in their right mind would not be thinking about how many women he can lay down, looking at his nation while they're broken. This is all you get out of Christ, my brother, is counting women to lay down with, and not how to bring families together. And they can't even get one family together. You think about 5 already. You talking about spiritually immature brothers. I don't want to blame them. We just got to bring them up to speed. Okay? So, anyway, the scripture says in Isaiah chapter 4, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, and only let us be called by thy name to take away at thy reproach. Back in the days, excuse me. Sound like I had a list for a second. Back in the days, don't forget Solomon was a young king. You had two women. One, she didn't end up having her baby. The other one did. She ended up doing something to her baby, putting it away somewhere because she didn't have her baby. The baby died. She took the other sister's baby from her and put it under her breast to try to start feeding it. The other lady finds out. She goes to Solomon. Okay, to tell what happened, because Solomon was the judge. And Solomon said, hey, we'll cut the baby in half to see who's really more emotionally tied to the baby, so I can figure out who the baby is. Why am I saying that? That's how important it was back in the days for sisters to actually have a husband or babies or children. That's how important it was. Now people are going through abortions, and they you know what I mean? Family is not so important because the warlocks and wizards that's living in the land of Canaan today, who the Most High put there when we left, they are promoting all of this wickedness, and we have taken it. You understand what I'm saying? So now it's gotten to a point where our sisters are tired. They're worn out. Our brothers are tired too, but right now I'm talking about our sisters. Our sisters are tired of playing two roles. Sisters out there, are you tired of playing two roles? Be honest. No one's blaming you for the things you went through in the past, but you also can't expect a man just to come and, save you out of these situations, because the choices we make in life, we have to deal with them. Even in the curses we do. Can we repent? Can our souls be saved? Yes. But these particular decisions we make, we somehow through wisdom, all right, of the Bible, have to try to fix them and pray that the Most High will have mercy to fix your situation, right? But it's coming to this time. It says we will eat our own bread, wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name. Let me not be out here single. It's coming how it was back in the days where the sisters, it was a shame for them to not have a husband. She like, listen, I just need a man. I just want to feel protected. I just want to, be with a man in whatever ways that is. It's nothing wrong with that. That's the way God made the earth. It's nothing wrong with what the sister is saying. I just pray that she don't have some childish cat to come over there and not appreciate her if she's willing to do all these things and say, you know what, sis, I see what you're trying to do. You're really just trying to find love. If you about what you say you about, through time we get to know each other, whatever the case may be. Now, if she's just looking for a fornication day, she's going to get what she's asking for. She will get used. All right. But listen how the sister said exactly. She said exactly what we just read here in her own words. Man.
I'm currently looking for a boyfriend.
I'm currently looking for a man.
I pay all the bills, his and mine. He get a $500 weekly allowance.
Does that not sound like we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel? She's just saying, listen, I'll do this, I'll do that. I got my own stuff. You don't have to be responsible for none of the things that, the things that I deal with. I can deal with all that. Boy, let me tell you, the Most High's word. Whew, it's sad it has to be that way. But if you have a man, you better hold on to him. You better treat him like, let me tell you, whatever white sister's name is out there, Becky, Susan, Tamara, I don't know what the names are, but listen, I bet you, let me tell you, I bet you they'll take them. And you can't blame them. I bet you listen, the Asians, they favorite thing is for you. We can make for you. She tell her husband, I can make for you. No, what you need, I can make for you. They willing to do anything. See? And guess what, sister? Oh, I can't do that. I'm a queen. Guess what? Well, there's no queens that's alone. So you can't, when you see the black man with another nation now, oh, he want to be with her. Same thing Miriam tried to say to Moses and the Israelites. Well, guess what? If y'all ain't doing it and somebody else want to do it, you can't be mad at them. You don't love your own. Huh? You were not made to be worshipped, my sister. You were made as his rib to help me to him. So let's turn that back around. That's all I'm saying. Or you're going to just be lonely because these men don't have to do anything. They don't have to do anything. So don't hate on the woman who then, when she saw a void, hop into that void when he was looking around and couldn't find it. Can't hate on her. You should still love him. And you should still have a low level jealousy, but not the jealousy of, I'm talking about the jealousy Paul was talking about. How Israel had to be provoked to jealousy. But how do you turn that type of jealousy into righteousness, admiration? Right? That she is doing something that other sisters wouldn't want to do. How do you fix that? You do the same thing she's doing, like you was been supposed to do. And if you didn't know how to do it, it's time to learn. Huh? Yes, indeed. Only let us to be called by your name and take away our reproach. It's lonely, it's scary out here. We need protection. In that day, the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. So, eventually, a lot of the men obviously will die in the war. We will all be together in the wilderness, and sisters will need a head. Sisters will need protection, right? Sisters will need protections. Let me tell you, sisters don't have they can't read the future. Like men know, like if you're in your right mind, men know what they should be doing. It was given to them by the Most High. That's why the woman was made as the helpmeet. It's no thing where you going to another country to follow some sister who's sitting back, you reading for her teaching. That's not what the Bible says. That men gonna be following women. That's weak. That's a whole nother topic, but it's made for those type of men who want to be in the LGBT lifestyle, in the truth. All right. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get back to it. Right? Let's get back to it. Men, I wouldn't take advantage of a sister like that. I wouldn't. Here go another sister. People have been sending me all type of stuff. Fair use for educational purposes only. Women says she's ready to do whatever it takes to get a husband now. I'm ready now. I was a freak, not a freak of the week. Huh? A freak of the years, for years. But I'm ready. I'm ready to have a man now. I'm ready to be quiet. Yeah. Yeah. Sisters is ready. They tired. They tired of going to the white man, listening to the white man. And it's like, is it that bad to listen to the black man at home? Huh? Is it that bad?
My life up here at this point, I need a life manager, and I think the life manager that I'm looking for is a husband. Father, fix it. I'm ready for a husband. I'm ready to sit down and be quiet. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to wear matching outfits. I'm ready to go to the family events and be quiet and let you talk. I'm gonna bring you a plate. I'm gonna fix you a nice plate. I promise. I'm gonna make you a drink. I make cocktails. I'm gonna look nice. I'm gonna look pretty. I'm gonna stay in shape. I'm gonna go for walks. What do you need? Do you need me to support you? I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna help you build that business. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be your secretary. What do you need, God? I'm ready. I'm tired. This job done wore me out, y'all. They done wore me out about this job. Everything done wore me out. I done mismanaged my life up here at this point. I need a life manager, and I think the life manager that I'm looking for is a husband.
She said, I done mismanaged my life at this point. Right? So she need, what's the old song? Listen, I'm not one to call my sisters no bad names, but they had the old songs when we was young. These wasn't good songs, but they was don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. That's what, and then you had Master P. They all the songs was can't be Captain Save a Woman. Huh? Because is she very genuine about what she's saying? Now the man who gonna deal with it gonna decide that, obviously. But I'm just putting it out there because I know this is not the only sister. whether she is true about this or not, which I feel like if the right man came along, I do. Excuse me. That and if he put his foot down, that and he get ready to handle his business and he's gonna hold it down. I think the sister may have some potential. I personally think the sister may have some potential to listen. I think a lot of our sisters are ready to stop playing both roles. They in front of everybody, they like trying to handle business. I'm a boss. That's a tired role. That's no different than let me tell you, no disrespect, but that's no different than a tranny. It's no different. You're playing a whole nother role. Okay? It's a transformer. You're playing a man. Okay? And how you doing? How you doing, girl? Oh, I'm doing good. And you're just lying. You know you're tired. How about you just come under a righteous man, build a family, and do everything this woman said? I'm ready to build your business, and you know what I mean? I'm ready to be quiet. Is she not saying what the scripture says? Hold up. Watch this. There we go. Look at this. I'm ready to be quiet, she said. Is she speaking scripture without knowing it? A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. This is the soul crying out. Some of these women don't even know what they're saying. They're literally saying what the scriptures have written thousands of years ago through the prophets and the teachers. I'm ready to be quiet. I'm ready to listen. A mind well instructed. I'm ready to listen. The whole point and reason they were created. Sometimes men don't want to hear nothing, and each man is different. Some men more blunt, some men is just, babe, can you come back? Me, I'm a little country. I don't want to hear that right now. Can we talk about that later? I'm just straight up with it. Every woman won't be able to take that. You have to know which man you can take that from. That's not mean. That's just, I'm a man and God created me in my own zone and my own area, and she could exist in it or she don't have to exist in it. Okay? Some woman is going to want to exist in it. There's more than 7 women to one man, trust me. It's not arrogance. It's the way the Most High created the earth. Okay? And no man wants to have to argue with another man, let alone a woman. So when you got to argue with a woman too much, it's turned into, he might as well have the homie move in, because that's just basically what that is. And no man wants that. Man want to be around another man all day. Okay? So she's saying the same thing. These two sisters just said the same thing the Bible said.
Fix it. I'm ready for a husband. I'm ready to sit down and be quiet. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to wear matching outfits. I'm ready to go to the family events and be quiet.
Are you still ready to have his children? Because you look like you past the age probably of having children. Right? So now you may have to settle for something else. Are you ready to settle for something that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise? Because if you were so worth it, what about all the other guys you dealt with? Why are you not with them? That's the question. So don't think that you being in this world, it's going to be that easy. You may get mercy if you come to Christ. The most important thing at this point is your soul. The most important thing, a lot of sisters ain't ready for that. The most important thing is your soul. If you're humble and the Most High blesses you, man. But you should be doing anything in your power if you want to get married while you got time to get yourself in line. Telling you right now, with the Most High. You can't follow the Most High, you can't follow a man. Now, brothers, we have brothers, unfortunately, who probably didn't have fathers or good examples. So they like what I'm saying here. It's always that. I know they like what I'm saying here, but you have to make sure you're not this type of brother here. What type of brother am I speaking about? So we had this first sister who said basically that she will buy and do everything. But don't think just because that sister said that in the days to come that these type of sisters, they'll do you really think they want a man who has nothing going on? Is basically what I'm saying. They don't want a man who don't have anything going on. Okay, they're getting so desperate to the point to where they just need some guidance. I'm not talking about just no sexual part. I'm talking about it's to the point to where the Most High is breaking this Babylon curse so much to where the sisters even just need guidance, knowing that they're running their self off the cliff by themselves. You heard the sister just said. She said, I didn't messed up all my life decisions. She said that. It's to the point to where it's not even about marriage and sex. Some of them just need guidance to not even go where they're getting it from. The white man is just going to give you a paycheck and you're going to have to listen in his house too. The Arab, he going to smack you upside the head straight out. Him and the East Indian or the African man, they smacking you upside the head straight out. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's why they going to Africa marrying and then they running back. Oh, Jake in America wasn't so bad after all, was he? So brothers, once again, young brothers, I'm always talking to the youth on how to don't worry about a woman right now. Don't. The woman will always be there, as we just read. You are in your prime when you're in your 40s. You don't have to rush for that. Okay? I'm going to tell you, if I could have done it all over, I would have waited till my late 30s or 40 till I established something to get married. Because you gain a lot of experience and maturity. I would have waited. Like our forefathers did. Establish yourself. Get under strong, righteous men. Get a young lady in her 20s. Yeah, I'm just telling you the truth. And here come all the haters. You're going to have the hater brothers and the hater sisters. Well, when she was this age, he would have been this age. Well, how you think you got here? How old you think Isaac was? How old you think Jacob was? How old you think Abraham was? What are you talking about? I ain't even talking about a man waiting that late. We ain't even in that spiritual, mature, righteous land to do that. What I'm saying is like, hey, a sister in her 20s, it's no rules of law, like Paul said, but the sisters a lot of sisters who's marrying younger men, they not all of them, but a lot of them, they complain later. Because a man, he don't even know what he wants in his 20s. A lot of time men be like, man, is she really the one? You be questioning, you'll break up with a girl, she ain't did nothing wrong to you, because you just trying to see all the fish in the sea that you can get. That's what men be doing in their 20s. Let's just keep it real. They don't be ready. Let me tell you, they second guess. And then they'll see another one because they're looking after the flesh in that age because they're not taught. This is new learning we're doing in the truth. Man, I think she the one now. Just because she look better in your mind than that one. And no, she don't look better. It's just a different look. Until you get older and learn that when it's time to marry, you're not looking for a wife after the flesh. You're not. Not that she's going to be unattractive or uncomely, but your first thing is not even that. You look at that. You finally get to the age where you look at that second. You're like, man, her spirit is so good. Let me see if the rest I can work with. Okay, I can put her in the gym to get her, thick or slim. Yeah. I can tell her I don't want her to have all this makeup and I don't really like the nails. If I don't like the nail, I can work with that. See, I can tell her, I like your normal hair. But if I'm only going for that, I'm really getting a something that's not reality. Because she can have all that on and I'm seeing something that's not reality. But if her spirit is on point, bow. Same thing for sisters. You get you a man who you think is the man because of his looks and he's cute. But then later, now you want a man with hair on his face. Let me tell y'all something that our people may not want to hear. Every time I'm walking out with my wife notices young ladies still looking at a lot of older men. They be trying to act all innocent, and I'm not saying that they should do that. But what I'm telling you is we don't understand how the Most High made his people. They're ready to learn is what I'm saying, to be groomed. They're not really ready to play house. The cute puppy love thing only lasts so long. They ready to work, have direction. That's how it was back in the days. Right? I'm talking about these girls 17 looking at these grown men, smiling. You like, yo, where's the daddy? Where's the parents letting their children out here roam? And you may say, she's fast. Well, maybe she's not fast. Maybe she's just coming into herself slowly. And her father eventually, I'm not saying she should get married at that age. Of course not. But maybe you understand her mind is set on a man. And guess what? When she gets with the little cute boy, how many stories you know out there where you got her, she done cheated on him for a man in his late 20s or something like that, or early 30s. Huh? Not that she's supposed to be doing that. So what I'm saying is they are already looking at maturity. The immaturity for them goes out very fast. So in my opinion, like Paul said, it's not law. Only very rare cases that women should marry. I don't think they should do it at all. But young women marry younger men than them. I don't think man should be worried about marriage personally in his 20s. Personally. Especially if you're not mature, you're not an old soul, and you have not established yourself. Trust me. If you're not respected by the men in the church, which should be a general thing that all men know, nah, that boy handling his business. He on his game. If that's not known for you, you definitely shouldn't be getting married. Because you're going to come to them and the brother's going to be like, nah, he ain't even on his game like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's when a young man have established himself. He's still young. He's in his 30s, his 40s. He's still young. Men stay in shape because they got to do a lot of physical labor. So sisters have been watching too much TV shows and all of this stuff and not knowing, he too old. He ain't too old. He the one who got a pension, retirement coming, money, to where this other dude's still trying to figure it out. And it's okay to help him build that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. It's going to be rare cases like that where it's like those souls were supposed to come together. It will be like that sometimes. The Most High will do that. But then don't get with this young brother, complain later. He ain't man enough. That's who you picked. You picked him because he was cute. Knowing that in a few years, all you're going to want is security that most of the other women have. I'm just telling you the truth. I am telling you, this is history. You can't outdo history. Huh? You're not going to even think to talk back to a proper man. You're not going to even think to talk back to a proper man. To that little cute boyfriend of yours on Valentine's Day, yeah, you tell him, you want him going as soon as he can buy you a heart balloon, a giant heart balloon, and a giant teddy bear. Now that he's gotten out of the phase of romance because that's not his nature, you don't want him anymore. You've let Esau and the devil dictate his version of the Most High's marriage. Now you have all these babies with him. You can't stand them. You're just like your damn daddy. Of course. The babies come out, printed out just like their fathers. Y'all don't hear me though. So young man, wait on your ministry. Wait on your marriage. They will be there. Some of these young ladies is being built and groomed by their fathers to be given to you in the future. Focus on building yourself, your foundation, and what you're going to do for the will of the Most High, so she can help you with that. If you don't have nothing going on just because you have a job, that's it. No, what's your part in the kingdom? What's your part in your business for your family's legacy? Just because you got some triceps, that don't mean anything. All right? A lot of sisters know what I'm saying to be true, and brothers. Now, I'm going to read verse 21. Where are we? Ecclesiasticus 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, because beauty is vain. It don't last forever. And a lot of these sisters don't want to work out. Listen, you don't come to my show if you don't want to hear the real. Because I'm going to tell you how Christ did when he was walking the earth. Don't come to my show if you don't want to hear the real. I love you enough to tell you the truth, because the truth will set you free. My mama knows she got a real son. I'm going to tell her the truth respectfully, and I'm going to honor her. But she know it's nothing about to come out. I'm like, you raised me to be real. Don't expect me not to be real. I am about my Father's business. A lot of sisters don't want to work out, so their beauty don't last forever. They're blessed with so much that the Most High gave them. In their mind, they have it forever. While white girls is running, Asian girls is running, black girls is walking like it says when the Most High said he going to take away the little tinkling things on their ankle, when he was going to take away all these things from the daughters of Jerusalem, because that's all they do. They got it, and that's all they doing. And before you know it, it goes away. And then when it goes away, I'm ready to be married now. Do the same thing you would do in your 20s if you're ready to get married. Do the same thing. Get yourself in shape. First and foremost, make sure you are a virtuous daughter. What does it take to be a virtuous daughter? Be quiet when the man is talking. If he don't want to hear it, listen to that. If he don't know something, be ready to help him. If he ain't apologize on your time, be quiet and let him do it on his own. He's going to come to the conclusion on his own and say, baby, you know what? You was right. Okay? You have to be graceful and merciful with one another, husband and wife. Okay? Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for her pleasure. If you get with her just because she's fine, like wine, let me tell you right now, when you pop that cap of that wine, that thing gonna taste like vinegar. It's gonna taste like vinegar. It's not gonna, let me tell you, it's already been aired out. When you making wine, if you take the lid off too much, it turns into vinegar. I make wine, I know. When you keep the cap on, you keep the lid on. When you keep the lid on, you got the nice aged wine. Keep popping the top, it's going to taste bitter like vinegar. Facts. Those who make wine know what I'm talking about. You got to let that thing age. And when that thing pop, there you go. See? So come and get baptized, my sister, and relearn and let Christ put the top back on. Get your diet back together, get your gut back together. They got all types of things that you can retighten yourself with and all that. Yeah. Now but you got to tighten this up here first. Huh? Yeah, I'm ready to be married. Now you ready now, huh? Huh? Let him say, let him see first. Let him see first if you're truly ready. Let him see it. First, let him, okay, if you got children, I'm going to give you an example. First, let him talk to the baby's father. See, do the baby's father want to co-parent with some of his children? Yeah, But let me tell you, it's two sides to every story. He might be able to relate to the man and see something about you. I'm just saying, if you're single with no kids, even better. Now he don't have to go through that part. But it all can be worked through. See, this is what's going to happen with Christ. He came back to stand up on Mount Zion that was being builded, you understand, and formed. We're forming and building the kingdom right now through each other. All right? So men, young men, a woman, if she maintain you, verse 22, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Basically, it's not just about money, young brother. If a woman starts saying, I got to tell you things that I shouldn't have to tell you, my sister, that's your own fault. You got with a man with no experience. So since you got with him now, you're going to have to turn your patience up like a volume button. You can't complain later that you want to lay down with him. You didn't pop your cap open. Yeah. So guess what? You're going to have to be patient with him now. I got to tell him certain things he should already know. Y'all didn't teach him that? Did you ask? What did he know that? Did you sit down and wait to ask him those things? And a man ain't going to know it all anyway. He's still going to have wise men over him to teach him. Do you know it all? Can you take care of yourself? Because statistically, it looked like a man, he just need a corner to live in, a little money, he going to outlive all these women. Women have to have a nice nesting bed. Trust me when I say that. And they coming for the snare to take our sisters out and kick them out into the streets. And the only person who going to be able to save that black sister is that black Israelite man. Trust me when I say that. Ain't no white man finna come out here and save you. You think because you see a few white marriages of white men marrying black women. Ain't no Asians, no Arabs or these other nations finna save you. Only your brother who you back yourself out on is going to save you. Only your sister, my brother. Only your sister, my brother, can create a Israelite kingdom. Yes, there's marriages that have married other nations. Men have married other nations. But that won't be the image of the whole of Judah. It will not be. And they can be the best marriage, but that will not be the image that God had intended. And that's no blame or knock on them. But we can't worry about a few stories and things that happen of how the Most High intended to bring it back. There's no way that this thing is going to happen without thousands upon thousands of Israelite, Judite, black women and black men marrying and standing together. That's no. That let me tell you, that's turning down our God's energy. This is something we're going to have to do. We're going to have patience and pray to the Most High to work it out. Judah must rise for everybody else to follow. Not just the man going to be standing alone with a bunch of other dudes. We're going to have to stand with our family together with a black man, black woman, and black children for the world to see it. Not just a black man that's in some militant fashion. Right? So be patient so that you don't just marry quickly and bring our children back into the curses. And understand before, let me tell you, it's all type of women I could have picked. But see, I'm an honorable man. Yeah, I got stressed with the black woman too. I'm like, well, maybe I should go to the Indian tribes. You know, I got Gad in me too. My dad's Cherokee. I don't know if he's all Cherokee like that, meaning it's on the woman's side. But, you know, I'm Judah, but I got a lot of Gad in me in my family. But what I'm saying is, I'm like, well, maybe I should go to the Northern Kingdom, but they just as crazy. And then when I said, hold up, I can't give up on my black sisters. I can't give up on my black sisters. Who's going to have the image and be the example that we can have true black marriages? Who's going to do that? If we all run and being passport bros, it's never going to be an image that the Most High intended. They exist out there. We just have to seek the kingdom and everything else shall be added unto us. And guess what? They're not going to have everything together. This is going to take work, and the same mercy and grace the Most High gave us. It's going to take work, guys. You building a kingdom from the ruins. And you're looking for some perfect scenario. No, you will recreate the perfect scenario through your mercy and your grace that the Most High have given you through each other. You will create that through your future children. Huh? So brothers, you're going to have to be patient. We're going to make a lot of mistakes, failures, builds your success through your experience. And you're going to have to learn. Today I went outside. I had something to do before the show. Had a flat tire. Not one complaint. I'm so calm. I'm so calm when I have an issue. So calm. It can be something where somebody else be like, yelling. I just stay calm, man. I just fix the problem. I'm not yelling at nobody. I just fix the issue. You know what I mean? I couldn't find my little thing, because I have a little big old air tank where you can plug it up or whatever the case may be to air the tire. Couldn't find the piece. So I took my tire pump that I can pump my bikes up with, and I aired that thing up with the bike pump, had a little half can to fix it flat until I can get to the tire shop. Stay calm. It's an hour before I had to do the show. And these small little satanic things gets in the way. On the feast day, on summertime, I get this message. The electricity goes off. My wife and them working on Lions Kids. They little cartoons and stuff. And then the electricity goes off. And it says, we know that 144 customers are out of power. This is the second time that happened. So I know that these devils and demons are very specific. One is on our feast day, to be exact. You don't just throw around 144 with that number. So it's not a coincidence. This is not the first time it happened. It happened before again, the same way. All right. So we're going to leave it there. Let's go to our next video. I'm gonna give me some water in a second here. That pre-work got me ready to go. Got me ready to go. Go get yours at KIIYSupplements.com. Let's go to our next video. Get a little hot in here. I'm going to turn that fan on. Excuse the language. Now, this is something that makes it, when you're trying to do something positive in the neighborhood to get our sisters to learn, these type of videos is what teaches young women the wrong thing. You got to keep your daughters off this internet. And if they're on the internet, they need to be learning something positive. My daughters already know, if it's not nothing positive, you can't just be scrolling through nothing. You need to be learning something, and something to have something to do with where you're going in life. That's it. All right? Because if daddy catch you, let me tell you, if daddy catch you, the longer you ain't in order, the longer time you don't get married. You just be here with daddy, because it's a shame for a woman not to get married. You just be here with daddy. You got to live under daddy while the rest of your sisters get married. Yeah. I'm not going to give you to a man and you ain't in order. Make him think that I taught you this. Oh, no. Right? And if she do something crazy, send her back home to daddy. She just had to live with daddy. She be a grown woman living at daddy's house. Miserable. Watching her sisters married. See, this is how it was in the past. Sisters in total order. So I don't want my children being dumbfounded, knowing the tree of good and evil. You see, when Satan came to the woman, when he came to the woman in the garden, God, the Most High, didn't even want Adam and Eve to do certain things until he would transition them into it. But Satan come along when the man is separate from the woman. For example, modern day, the man is at work. Somebody try to come and get a number. A boss try to invite her to lunch. I'm going to give you a promotion. I just want you to come to lunch with me. You know what I mean? No different than how Satan have also now spoken through a woman to the young sisters. What did he tell Eve? He just don't want you to know, have all the knowledge. He just want, he don't want you to know good and evil. So you can, because you're going to be like the gods, the angels, the powers. Who's saying that modern day today? Girl, he trying to control you. He's holding you back. You got to do for yourself, for independent women. That's the same devil's tongue in the garden. And I'm not blaming our grandmas, moms, aunties for saying this thing. That's what they learned. They learned the same devil's tongue and using it in a different way. The same trick though. He just trying to hold you back. He just controlling. They get brothers like this too. Right? You'll have a group of brothers who's a talented group of brothers in Hollywood, like B2K. Oh, Mario, you really the one who got all the talent. And they pull him out, put that seed in his head, and guess what? They got him like a woman too. So they get brothers and sisters like this. You really the one with all it. They trying to control you. Same devil. So be careful on the internet with your children, or that's on you.
I'll just finish that up.
I'll do.
21.
What the fuck is a CDO?
In shorter term.
Now listen to the profanity of this woman. She's not in shape. She got a little stomach. Okay, she's dealing with a little gluttony that she needs to work on. She's lacking a little discipline there, and she's promoting that gluttony is good by wearing the stomach out like that. They promote gluttony as good when the Most High said it. It's not. It's a sin. We need to get our gut in shape. That's why I put things out like that to help our sisters and brothers with the iodine and stuff like that. All right, that's a whole nother show of testimonies that what. Anyway, but this young sister acting like she's a 10 or something in her mind. A hard-working brother, right? It's almost like she would rather take a drug dealer just because he's making $1 million and then now he's in prison. Her babies is back in the curses, whatever the case may be. I don't know if she's Hispanic or a white sister with good makeup to look black. I don't really know the difference because you go to the UK, some of these white women, beautiful white women, they done mastered the makeup where you like, is she black? I'm talking about they done mastered the makeup to where they got like a certain tint to them. I know the brothers over there laughing like, Elder's crazy. Why you go put it out like that? Listen, these white women out there, I was out there in Europe. I'm like, man, they've been working out and all that. They got it all now. All right. So I don't know who's who, but what even all that said, we still got to have the right image of Judah together. See, don't forget, beauty is vain. So I give my white sisters a credit. There's some bad white chicks out there. I'm going to tell you right now. But a good look of a woman is one thing, but a legacy of a nation is another thing. The scriptures tell you the beauty of a woman. Just seeing if a single man is single, he see a beautiful woman, it makes his day. Okay, cool, whatever. But that don't mean you marry. You can walk through a garden with beautiful fruit. The Japanese blueberry is not an edible blueberry tree, but it's a beautiful tree. See? You got edible blueberries and you got the Japanese blueberry. It's a beautiful tree, but the blueberries ain't edible. Y'all ain't right up in the comments. They up in there still talking about the flesh. Yeah, the white girls got booty too now. Lord have mercy.
I'm a truck driver.
Fuck I look like with a truck driver.
What you mean? What do you do for a living?
I'm a risk taker.
What's your type?
Millionaires.
Have you ever been with a millionaire?
No, but I'm gonna be.
Lord have mercy.
So you mean to tell me you would rather spend all of your good years chasing a millionaire other than taking a chance with a 21-year-old that has his CDL license, probably got his own crib, own car?
Yeah, I'm chasing a bag. If you're not a millionaire, then you're not for me. I know what I bring to the table.
What do you have?
Not a Target bag. Fuck all.
Right? Excuse the profanity once again. Fair use, educational purposes only. This young sister, this is what young sisters are doing. They're being promoted through, what's this little girl's name? Ice Spice. What Ice Spice say? She said that Negro's a munch. She said that nigga's a munch. Right? That's what she said. They've been listening to too much Ice Spice. And then you got this brother, he'll pick somebody else. She'll go through life. Oh, I remember you. I remember you, Jimmy. I remember you. Yeah, you still cute. You still looking good. He like, yeah, how you doing? Everything all right? He done got his life together. He might not be married yet, or he might be. Oh, yeah, can I give you my number? Oh, now you want to get a number. You ready now, right? You been ran through and now you ready. Huh? Yeah. You ain't nothing but a tunnel now that the trains done ran through. Huh? And now you ready. Oh. All right. Be good. I don't need that number. See? Yeah. This man is working an honest job and is not being promoted through music. That if you're not a real Negro, if you don't sell drugs. Brothers, let me tell you, you more realer. Because let me tell you, when you count the money you make through selling drugs and then you have a 9 to 5, you done made more money working at Burger King. Because when you hustling, it's a dry season too. When stuff wasn't coming through Mexico, let me tell you, you know what they call it in the streets? It's jacking season. So all the doughboys got to keep their eyes on it because they got to hope they don't get jacked because it's jacking season because it's dry. Stuff ain't coming through Mexico. So when you count your losses, when you count robberies, all type of things that happen in the streets, guess what? You done made more money in a 9 to 5. Thank you so much. We got a little lime in there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. As a help me for you. See? And guess what? You can't take sisters along for the ride talking about, yeah, you my bunny. It's Bonnie and Clyde. All of this was set up. All these movies and all of this. Take a good woman along for a ride and you doing dirt. You know, something her father probably wouldn't approve of. So they promote that sisters like I need a bad boy. What's the thing that Beyonce said? I need a soldier. I need a Cain who does dirt. And when he didn't beat her, had children with her, and it wasn't her fault, she just didn't have no wisdom. A lot of young men and women get with people when they're young with no wisdom. That's why we're talking about this tonight. We're talking about how to keep the Israelite man and woman together. Not just to keep them together, to exalt it with glory to the Most High, with proudness, standing proud. So yeah, let me tell you, that little sister. Let's go to 1 Timothy 5:8 really quick. That brother's doing all right for himself. Gonna make him look like he a chump on there. I'm like, what? You gonna make my brother look like he a chump and you ain't got nothing going on? Talking about you got a Target bag. Listen, at least he can go buy something from Target. You don't know what the brother buying from Target. He could be buying some bath towels, anything. Not with a Target bag. I mean, what is he supposed to go buy? A Gucci bath towel or something? This is the thing, boy. You can't even go shop at Walmart for some bath towels or some socks. If they don't say Gucci or Fendi on them, which we know was made in a Chinese factory, she can't get with that type of man. Well, all his money gonna be ran out. Even millionaires ain't doing that. That's the thing. You know you ain't never been with a millionaire because not all of them, but some millionaires, they trying to keep their millions. They like, oh, no, I can just go get this from there because guess what? They're not consumers. She don't know what millionaires do. They see a millionaire in a Rolls Royce. They thinking the millionaire owns a Rolls Royce. Some millionaires don't buy them. When they go from town to town, they may rent them because the maintenance is high. Come on now. Like, come on. And men ain't stupid when they have money. They don't just waste it away unless they just looking for some attention. First Timothy 5:8. One second, guys. I'm gonna drop it on you tonight. You either want the truth or you don't. You either gonna do good or you won't. You better take this wisdom. So the young brother was doing good. How do we know? Let's read it. She gonna deny a king. She wouldn't even, let me tell you, she wasn't even worth this brother. if you want to be quite honest. One, the way she was speaking. Two, she need to flush that Ronald McDonald red hair out the way. That's Ronald McDonald's hair dye. She need to take that thing out. She need to go and hit that gym. And she need to stop talking so much. So she didn't fit nothing we read about a woman. You chasing a bag. Listen. My brother had it going on. He getting ready to start something in his life. What he need to do is just be patient, and he'll be able to have anybody he want. He won't have to chase nothing. That's the thing. They make an American black man think you got to chase something. All of these songs, these pan songs, girl, I'll treat you good. These are songs that's dedicated to Kali, and we don't know it. Worshiping a woman as a god or a goddess. I will do anything just to get you. Nah. What you gonna do to get me? That's when you know you got a man who got it together. What you gonna do to get me? I'm not gonna act like I don't want you. I'm not gonna say you ain't beautiful and you smart. But as soon as you try to act like I'm nothing, you ain't the one anyway. So let's read this. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. So that brother was on his game. He's supposed to be holding it down. Oh, but because he ain't a millionaire, he ain't the one, huh? Please tell me how many black millionaires you see. Don't you know we are in the state of captivity right now in prophecy? Brother, don't feel bad because you ain't no millionaire. Don't mean you ain't going to be a millionaire. And a black millionaire, he shouldn't look down on another man that ain't a millionaire. Because he's a cornball too. The Bible says condescend to men of low estate. He may not have as much as you have, but if you ain't honorable and the Most High have blessed you, your riches is going to be taken away anyway. You just like these military cornball. It's a lot of black guys who go to the military and they be acting white and all that. These cats be straight cornballs, trying to think they better than another black man. They don't even be liking their own brothers. Right? You come back to the United States still a nigga at the end of the day. Don't try to hate your brother. And we gonna talk about that type of brother up in here too. He's the one he's purposely going to the white women on purpose. Because he can't stand his own kind. These is called suckers. Uncle Toms. I grew up seeing so many of them. I can't stand them type of brothers. They really need Christ. They just, because I pray for them because they don't understand what we're actually going through. Right? All right. 1 second here. Get my next video before we open up these calls. This woman right here was just simple as a day's old. Lord have mercy. We got the scriptures to show a sister like this what she can be doing if she still wants to be saved. If she does want to fit the description of what we're talking about tonight. Fair use educational purposes only. My sister, if you end up running across this show and you want to do the right thing, we're going to give you the scriptures of how to do it. How to have a Israelite marriage where the Israelite man, the king and queen can stand together. Because there's no queens alone. There's kings alone though. If you want to know the facts about it. We have plenty of kings alone. Well, a king needs a queen for an heir. And no one said that. But he's still king first. Before a wife. He still has a seed that you need to even hold a baby first. Okay, you just been deceived, that's all. You won't be talking that talk for too long. You'll realize and face reality of what life is really about. You just look in nature. Fair use for educational purposes only. Check this out. African American woman says dating African men lets her turn her brain off. They come with authority and confidence. Let me tell you something. I can't stand this ignorance. This is total ignorance. I've been to Africa. And one thing I'm tired of is people putting our African brothers and African American brothers against one another, because we are in this war and this fight together. We have our own different type of struggles in our own countries. But this sister, you know, she just don't know no better. She just don't know no better. She don't know that she just haven't met an African American man, what they call them, or an Israelite man in America. That's the correct terminology. She haven't met the proper man in America who got it going on with authority. Because she probably just so disrespectful, she didn't allow herself to be able to get one. And how do we know that we're telling the truth? Let's watch the video to show you. Don't let me tell you. No one is finna talk down on Judah in America. We don't talk down on Judah, Benjamin, and Levi nowhere, wherever the countries are. But no one definitely is not going to talk down on the people who the Most High blessed to spread this truth across the world. Oh no. Because guess what? If you had the money and the finances over there in Africa, you would have told us the truth from over there and came and got your brothers. You deciding to fight at the end just like the brothers over here. We no different.
Women as an African American woman, part 1. Now listen, do I recommend you dating an African man as an African American woman? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Girl, you gotta be tough. You gotta be tough. But we're gonna talk about the good things for right now. We ain't gonna talk about, we gonna get there. First thing I learned, how to be quiet, how to relax, how to really be able to turn my brain off. Like, it wasn't until I dated my first African man that I realized what it felt like to have a man that's in control of like every situation. Like, not in a bad way, but just like in a leadership way. Like, they come with a lot of authority and a lot of like confidence that allows you to kind of like turn your brain off because your man got it. Like, he'll tell you what time to be there. He might even tell you to like dress nice, what to wear, not what to wear, but like, you know, like he just handles things. And I didn't get that experience with African American men. Like, y'all gonna want to fight me and tussle, but I said what I said. Like, they come with an assertiveness. Like, you don't even have to speak much. Your man just got you. Like, African men, I found, come with that. Now, I'm not talking about if this is a general thing, and I'm not saying I've learned this from one experience, not two, not three. I'm not coming at you with misinformation. These are things that I know. These are things that I've experienced.
Let me tell y'all something. That's what she experienced, but she probably have not even allowed herself to respect her own men over here. She had to run to another country, and just like brothers run to other countries, you know what I mean? But it's two different dynamics. Let's be quite honest. Okay? A man running to another country, he's still going to be the breadwinner over a woman in the other country. She's not the breadwinner in this country or that country. Even with an independent mind. All right? And let me tell you something. There's men who does exactly what she just said by the thousands upon thousands here. So let me tell you, don't try to, and when brothers over there in Africa, because I love all my brothers there, don't you open your mouth to say that we are slaves here, because you are just as enslaved in that country than us. The white man is enslaving over there too. He is all over Africa. And not only the white man, you don't consider you being in slavery because you're in Islam. Arabs are enslaving you too, because guess what? You're worshiping their God. Because they're black and because they speak Arabic and you think that's your black and brown brother, you still in slavery to Arabs to this day. I seen the brothers who were in cages and all that in Libya when Obama did this stuff during the Arab Springtime. So, and I'm not saying that to belittle my brothers. I'm saying we all going through it no matter where we are in the world. But can't nobody fix their mouth to Judah in America. We've had our troubles too. We've all had our troubles. All right, but I can't have people picking on Judah here. I can't have that. We don't pick on our brothers in Africa. We would love to have true talks on how we were sold from over there to over here. So you want to run over there and leave your men to people who sold, and I'm not blaming them. Guess what? They were ignorant too. To people who sold your people over here to the white man, and then now they can speak bad about us? Man, please. Our God helped us make it out of all of these troubles and these things for people to just still try to keep us down. We not gonna let nobody bring our men down, and we're not gonna let nobody bring our sisters down. But we also not gonna let people speak ignorantly when they don't know what they're talking about. You can't speak for all of us over here. Right? You can't. So anyway, this sister here, this is my thing. If the African men were so good, my beautiful black sister, why are you not still with that same first one? Because you saying it like you've been with multiple African men. I wish some of my brothers would call in tonight when I pull the number to let me know if they are some of these men that's over here who can tell, hey, baby, I'm getting off of work. I want you to wear this. Meet me over here, or we're going to do this. Let me tell you, it's thousands upon thousands of men like here, or like this over here. Because they have a little legacy over there, because they still had somewhat of culture there in Africa. They have things that's handed down to them of legacy. You can't blame a people who are sitting in a core of captivity to not have legacy. No, you can't blame us. There's advantages you still have over there. And not all African men have it that way. I have a lot of African friends who run from Africa and lay under white women to take care of them. They go marry a lot of Russians in Europe, a lot of Nigerians. Yes, they go and marry a lot of Russians. Let me tell you, by the droves. That's not kingly. That's not kingly. And I understand, I respect, they do what they have to do to survive. But no one's going to talk down on us. Tell me you haven't experienced that with us. No, you just hadn't experienced this, but it's over here. It's always been, as a matter of fact, it's always been going down. Whether they were making legal money or not, it's always been going down. It's never not been going down. Just because they don't promote it, don't mean it ain't been going down. Okay? So we got to put that out there. My sister, why are you not with any one of these African men now? So they done tossed you out and you done came back over here. Why would you come back over here and even open your mouth? You're making yourself look bad, my sister. Huh? You know what? You couldn't take the rules that they had over there. So you don't really want to follow rules. You didn't want to follow rules over here, and you damn sure couldn't follow the rules over there because it's more strict. So do we want to have the marriages or not? But guess what? Whether we want it or not, it will prophetically exist. There will be some people who do it and who are doing it and continue to choose to keep doing it forever. I'm not going to say my sister belonged to the streets, but I know it made y'all emotionally angry that the sister's speaking like that. I pray the sister finds the truth. But she's going to need some humbling. I can tell you that. Sisters like that. Let me play it again. Fair use. 1 second.
As an African American woman, part 1. Now listen, do I recommend you dating an African man as an African American woman? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Girl, you gotta be tough. You gotta be tough. But we're gonna talk about the good things for right now. We ain't gonna talk about, we gonna get there.
So why are you even opening your mouth, my sister? What is the point? You have to be tough. Meaning you have to follow your husband like Christ said. Is that it? Is that it? So you done ran away from that. Let me try another African man to see if he gonna be a little less tough. Huh? So you don't have to be tough over here to follow your brothers over here, right? Man, it's just sad how we do each other. We really gonna have to overcome, guys. Trust me. You have been taught to think like this. You have been taught to think like this. This is not really how you feel. You just been taught to think like this. You've been programmed. These warlocks, these you-ish people warlocks have programmed our people to think this way. Trust me. We truly love each other. We don't know how, but we truly love each other. When it's all said and done, even the celebrities and the people in Hollywood, when they sit down and they have a conversation that really hits home of who they really are, when the cameras are off or cameras are on, and it really hits home to where they can relate to where they really come from, then they start to think back like, man, hold up now, hold up. Right? And that's why Christ said the truth shall set you free. Sometimes these conversations need to come out where it sparks like, hold up, who am I really? What do I really have on? Who am I really? Let me take all this stuff out and get back to who I was in the beginning and go through it with my people like Moses did.
First thing I learned, how to be quiet, how to relax, how to really be able to turn my brain off. Like,
you did that because he had security. Right? You did that because he had security, and they ain't going to allow you to do that over there. So what happened? What was the problem? Right?
it wasn't until I dated my first African man that I realized what it felt like to have a man that's in control of like every situation. Like,
so she don't know what she wants. Let me tell you what she wants and what she needs to do according to Scripture. Since she don't know, if it was that good and she still left, Lord have mercy. 1 Timothy 5:14 says what? We already know what it says in 1 Corinthians 11, that she should follow her husband. Let's give another example. First, we know women were made to be helpmeets to help their husband, which is one of the greatest things on earth, to have your man back. Especially the black man who God chose to govern the earth. And when we say black, we're talking about the black Israelite man. I will therefore that the younger woman marry, because this is a young lady, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Meaning, so she won't be out there hoeing around. All right, everybody got their street and they state and city. Ours is Bissonnette. So she won't be on Bissonnette. See? So she won't be out in the nightclubs, shaking it. Shaking what her mama and daddy gave her. This is what she should be doing here. But guess what? She said you got to be tough to do this, huh? A lot of people sisters who try to join the truth, they'll say, oh, you know why a lot of them don't join? It's too much rules for them. A lot of them. I mean, let me tell you, a lot of our family and friends, they're like, ooh, that's too much rules for me. We are a people of the law. They have talked us out of our law, keeping our law. We are a people of law and rule, but you'll follow the white man's law. Because a white man, let me tell you, he will put you in prison and he will threaten to kill you. Is that what our God has to do to follow him? That's why he's only going to choose a remnant of people who are not giving their gift grudgingly. Some people are in this only because they're afraid to die. Some people will leave only because they think Babylon is falling. But who is going to follow the Most High? Who is going to love their brothers and their sisters genuinely, not giving a gift grudgingly? Who's going to have honor for their elders, their leaders, their husbands, their parents, just like because it's the right thing to do with love? Are we the children of Cain, or are we the children of Isaac and Jacob? Huh? And we don't worry about racism. We worrying about how to heal our own people. Racism is so, let me tell you, that's just weak. It's weak knowledge. If you ever got a problem with a white person, just show them Christ. Or Edomite, show them Christ. Why? Let me tell you. If I showed them very simple, that sun that's shining on them every day, that sun that's shining on their fruits and vegetables every day, that's a Negro. Yeah, it's a Negro. When you read in the pseudepigrapha, right? Seth tells his mama, Seth tells Eve, she says, who is those two Negroes up in there, up in that sky? Seth tells her, he says, that is the sun and the moon. That light you have at night, that's our Negro sister angel. And that sun that's shining on you is our Negro brother. You can't be racist. You can't. Even the angels is up there black. So we not even focusing on that. That's a vain, weak, stupid argument that you don't want to waste your time with. We got to build our people. They gonna have to get in line anyway. All right. So I don't even I'm like, listen, I'm just telling it, just look up. Can you see it? Can you see it? That's where you get your vitamin D from, brother. You get your vitamin D from a Negro. Yeah. Anyway, we don't worry about that. I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak. Meaning, stay appropriate. Keep your innocence. Listen. A loving, silent woman, mind well instructed. Keeping herself busy. Like Proverbs, like it says in the book of Proverbs, the virtuous daughter, the virtuous woman. Now, I don't need y'all going around telling white people this. I'm not telling you this to go and hurt people. But if somebody just arrogant, want to be racist, I just tell them, listen, you ever read this before? Nah, no, you ain't got to take it that far. Just tell them, look up. They're not going to even know what you're talking about. You say, look up and have a blessed day. They don't even know they're getting blessed by your beautiful black brother and sister every day. Them stars, look at the stars. Yeah, they represent the children of the sky. They got the sun like the Father. This is just another image of the Most High. The moon like the mother and the stars like the children. It's just another representation of the image of the Most High. You ain't got to worry about nothing. We got to focus on us. Don't let Satan get you with all of these diverts. This is what, sisters, you need to be focusing on right here. That sister, if you out there watching, if you ever come across the Gathering of Christ Church, hey, you should have stayed with one of them African men. You done traveled all the way out there, and you done traveled all the way out there. And you mean to tell me you still couldn't keep a man? You still couldn't keep a man. Let me tell you, you done traveled thousands of miles. You still couldn't keep a black man? What? It must be something wrong with you. Listen. They had a video, I think my wife said that one of the black sisters, she done married an African man, and it was in one of the countries, she had to pick up the her mother-in-law's plate. And she like, why do I have to pick up her plate? So she done got into it. You done married a man according to his customs out there. You have to be. You know what I mean? I'm like, Lord have mercy. So yeah, that's what a woman's supposed to do. Let's go back to Sirach really quick. For sisters like this. 25 and 23. A wicked woman. Don't be like this, my sisters. This is talking about a woman who can't be controlled, can't be tamed, can't be maintained. A wicked woman abated the courage, making an heavy countenance, and wounded the heart. Meaning she's going to say things she's just staying in provocation, always provoking. In the spirit of provocation. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, make it weak hands and feeble knees. The brother is depressed. She's not treating him like, and I'm going to say it, like a lot of these other nations are. Oh, you're my African chocolate, king. Hey, you need to be saying the same thing she's saying. Whatever she doing, where he married her, she done found out how to get it. Now, you might say that to a brother. He might start laughing. Because he's like, I know you ain't serious. But, hey, this is war. This is war. They are getting booty out there at the gym, putting makeup on, getting their hair right. They done found the right tanning makeup to come and get the Israelite man. And you just like, you ain't gonna do nothing about that. It ain't about you going hurting them and fighting them. Why they more competition than you to get your own man? That seed, that Israelite seed is strong. You don't want the chocolate black king? You don't want that brown king? You more so worry about what he gonna do for me. He got to, let me tell you, if you don't treat your husband like he the only thing on earth, why he with you? If you telling him, I got 10 other niggas on the phone on the side, I could just go, hey, guess what, brother? She ain't the one. Hit the road, Jackie. And don't come backy no more. Huh? I will send you on first class back to where you came from. I will send you first class back to where you came from. Ain't no need to talk about this. We done went through enough scriptures. Huh? You got 10 other ones? Okay. Well, listen. First class trip. Maybe, as a matter of fact, it ain't gonna be on Spirit. We gonna put you on Delta. Don't come back no more. That's the last first class treatment you gonna get. When you get with them 10 other ones, because they all gonna drop you when they done dealing with you. See, that's how this thing goes. You better come in the house. How you doing, baby? What you need? Yeah. Because the rest of the women is the Pakistanis, the East Indians. They be looking, let me tell you, they be looking like they can eat a whole black man. And black women just looking like, oh, yeah. Okay, keep doing that. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you, because the reason why I can say it like that, and I'm not saying it in no cockiness, because I love my sisters. That's why I'm bringing this out. If I didn't love them, I was just like, hey, all these nations coming for your men. I have to blow the trumpet to you. Because I see you ain't in no time, no way are you thinking about treating this man the way they getting trained to treat him. And I'm saving my brothers too, because another thing that's happening is they getting these Armenian women. Let me tell you, a lot of these Armenian, Egyptian people who you see Arabs almost look like brothers. A lot when we was in Egypt, we see the people with the Alexander nose, and they look like Persian, Egyptian, Edomite. It's a whole new breed. You don't know what you're marrying out there. You don't know who you're marrying. You don't know if you're marrying Nephilim. See, you got to be really careful when you go to them countries there. A lot of these sports players are marrying witches. They're marrying people who agents are setting them up with. Having children, they come back and take everything from this man. So I'm saving y'all brothers too. Because only a few of them is real and will really love you. So, what we say here? 24. Of the woman became the beginning of sin. And through her, we all die. He's saying because she made this mistake, this was the first mistake where all humanity had to go into some type of captive curse. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. All of these free women walking around in America. Let me tell you, when I show you, hold up, y'all. You rock, they don't know, King. They don't know you rock. Let me see. Let me see if I can find something where they just see normal society on the other side of the world. Everybody covered up. Ain't no Daisy Dukes. Let me see if I could just find a quick little video. I just need a quick one. I watched one the other day, man, almost an hour. I said, Lord have mercy. Let me see. Is this one? 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if this was one. Fair use, educational purposes only.
You will find the famous Khan el-Khalili.
Nah, that's not the one we want, my brother. Let me tell you. Hold up. Hold up. We needs one. We don't want the people who trying to show the nice places. Now we want to show you how. Listen. I had to show them the real deal. Hold up. I gotta find it. Hold up. It was a whole hour. There we go. I think there's one of them. Fair use. You ain't gonna see no Daisy Dukes.
اهلا بيك
اهلا بيك في اسكندريه
شكرا.
Look at all the women there. You don't see no Shanays. You don't see none of them. Let me tell you, they all know better out there. If you go out there, you will be a spectacle. One, just because you're black. Two, if you got on something. One, if you white or black going out there, you are a spectacle. So sisters, you go out there, guess what they asking you when you out there? How much? How much are you? They wouldn't dare disrespect their own women like that. You don't think it's important for us to bring an image of marriage? So when you travel there, let me tell you, they asked someone's mom how much was she, and she's in her 50s. I had to check this dude so hard. I mean, you know, they knew me. I was the OG. I was the OG elder in Egypt. The Bedouins, I had respect from the Bedouins. And listen, y'all already know. All of y'all who been in Egypt, you already know. I ain't gonna put you out there, but you already know. Me and Rawchaa was the OGs in Egypt. I was sitting on the porch with the Bedouins. When the so-called, I can't say who that was, when it was all that going on, and they tried to come through where I was, Bedouins is outright crazy. And these are going to be the same people helping us in the scriptures before Christ comes back. I was sitting on the porch with the top cats. So the street life helped me because I was real in the streets and I was able to come in Christ and be a diplomat and a peacemaker and an ambassador for my people. Anytime there was trouble, I was able to have meetings with the elders of that community to save younger brothers and sisters all the time. They can tell you the truth. I let them tell you the stories. I save these people through Christ. So you can't go out there as a sister or a knucklehead brother thinking you can just do what you want to do. Let me tell you. Look at all of these sisters, how they operating. Y'all got life good over here. We're going to go through that another time. It's going to be a whole show on that. It's going to be a whole show on that. Who could endure through that? 8 to 10 years. Yes, indeed. If she go, not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, because when two come together, they are one flesh, and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. If she want to cheat, turn wicked, want to fornicate and be out there. Let me tell you something. Abraham said, you need a new nail in the tent. So sisters, be careful and be patient. You got to decide if you want a little boy or you want a man. Because if you ain't going to follow the boy after you lay down with him just because he was just cute and he ain't man enough, guess what? You better pray you can endure, because you're going to get a judgment, because that means you misled him thinking that you was going to follow him and all that. But really you were after laying down, acting holy before that. So you got a whole journey. Be patient. Like the Bible tell them, wait on their ministry. Wait for a man who's suitable for you, who have it together. He too old. Okay, yeah, you ain't gonna be saying he too old soon. You ain't gonna be saying he too old soon. And his daddy rather somebody who can take care of you, instead of you hitting him up every day talking about we going through it. You think a mother and father want to hear y'all going through it? They want a man who can handle this business and hold it down to the ground. Right? Let's go. We almost done here. I don't want that one there. But let me ask this question. I got this question written here. Could it be an addiction to attention and the devil's trick to the want of more and to never be satisfied with that insatiable appetite? Because a lot of sisters, I don't know if some of them even know what they want. I think a lot of them are addicted to attention. Like the sister goes over there and it's like, yo, you done finally found what you wanted and it still wasn't enough. A lot of these men over there have more than everything she needs. Right? And she still find a way to mess it up. I know y'all gonna say she for the streets, but I'm just saying, like, I think it's an addiction to attention. This Instagram thing, brothers and sisters. Let's see here. One second. Before we go there, I got to give y'all the game. I got to give y'all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I'm telling y'all. 26 and 20, Sirach. We had Sirach 26 and 20. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all thy field, meaning when you're a young man and you are able to marry, not when your body is ready, okay? Sow it with thine own seed. We're not talking about people who didn't know they was Israelites and they married other nations. That's what they did. It's okay. But the pride of life, of knowing your culture, your nation, and who you are, was always in the Bible for us to build that image of the Most High. And sometimes other nations hear us say that and they like, well, we're not racist. We think all, no. You're not finna, while you're over there marrying your own people, you're not going to tell our nation we shouldn't marry each other. They try to throw this stuff in these shows and all of that. Yeah, when you finally get older, don't depend on a man. Or they'll show on all of the end of the world movies, it's a white man with a black woman. Or you get what I'm saying? You keep seeing that in Walking Dead. You seeing that in all these end of the world movies. Okay? Trusting in the goodness of thy stock. That means the goodness of your genetics. To keep Judah pure as possible. Because sometimes other nations may have things you don't know about going on. Incest. Health issues. And when you breed with somebody, just like you breed a goat with this type of goat, a meat goat with a milking goat. Yeah, you may get the best of both worlds, and sometimes you may get something else. Health issues now. It happens sometimes. All right, you got to do your research before you just marry someone. You got to do that even with your own nation, let alone. A harlot shall be counted as spittle. So these harlots on Instagram, we don't listen to them. Black sisters, in the truth, why do you look up to shenanes? Why do you look up to ghetto sisters who have on lashes and weave? That's not the sisters to look up to. Trying to get, like, you know what I mean? There's no black woman successful relationship coaches. Ask them, where's your husband? Where's your man? A lot of these so-called black relationship sisters, they don't even be having a man. Or they done did 30 shows and just got married. So really all of that was for them to get married. They were really crying out. They didn't did a show. Yeah. So, this is what the black woman should be doing. She shouldn't be talking back to her husband, all of this. And then she's really saying that because she really needs a man. I've seen this happen already with some of these sisters on these shows. They don't even be having a man, but really that's their way of trying to get a man. They're desperate to get a man. A harlot shall be counted spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Look at that. The image of the Israelite king and Israelite queen. A godly woman, not because she's just beautiful. Her godly beauty stands above her fleshly beauty. And we already know Israelite women are beautiful. A godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. My sister and my brother, let me tell you something. When you search for it, you don't find it. I'm talking about the flesh. You find the blessing of Satan when you get that, when you do it like that. Take notes. When you search for a man, you don't find him. When you search for Christ and you say, Father, I do want to get married, but I'm coming to serve you, but I do want to get married. Just show me my man before my eyes. That's when you find him. Serving. My brother, if you want a wife, you say, Father, can you bless me with a wife? Bless me with what I need to take care of one. See, Solomon was wise, even though he made a mistake. He's like, listen, I'm a young man. Money ain't going to help me raising these people, guiding and shepherding these people. I need wisdom. So, young man, you pray for wisdom. And then he threw him long life. He threw him money. So you seek the kingdom, like Christ said, everything's going to be added to you. You don't say, I don't want a wife when you do want one. You say, hey, Father, I do want a wife one day. And you can show me her when it's time, but show me how to serve you so that I can appreciate her, know how to be with her. Right? You come from that same line of Judah, just like Solomon did. Learn how to pray and ask for the right thing. And then she'll just be before you and you won't know it. But if you're looking at every booty that passed by, it's millions upon millions of women with butt. Who cares? All right? That don't mean that they're holy people. Okay? So, you can't get with a woman just because you're burning. I know Paul said, if you burn and marry, but when you burn and marry, not that he was wrong, he's just saying, listen, start putting yourself in the way of marriage. But some people are taking it as, man, I'm burning, let me go get married. You still need to do what you need to do to love the poor woman, for she just be a tool. That's no different than you watching a porno tape now. So now you see why she feels like that, because you really just married her as a tool. And you looking at other women again, because the whole time you got married, you were really just trying to lay down. After women and men lay down, it's more to the relationship. I hope you know that. Now you got to see, can you get along? Can you dwell? Are you friends? Do you love one another? You'll know if you love a woman and love a man, if y'all want to always be together all the time like best friends. I don't want to be around dudes all day. I need something that smell like vanilla. Huh? Something that smell like orange vanilla. You know what I mean? I don't trying to just smell no dude sweat all day. See? I'm going to be around the homies already. But it's, you know what I mean? It's like not too long. Right? Hey, I'm just telling you. That's when you know you got the right man or woman. If not, you're going to have to spark that thing back up. Or face judgment for the Most High, because to whom much is given, much is required. Now you're living, giving a gift grudgingly. You're just living among one another. Can't stand each other, living among one another. And you're forcing love. You can't force love. There's no fear in love. Let go and forgive. There's no fear in love. That's not love what you have if you have fear in it. Fear means you're forcing it. You know what I mean? You're just living because you have children. That's not. So you love each other like you just love a normal creation of the Most High, but you're not in love. Yeah. A lot of people force themselves out of love because they don't keep themselves in the position of the Most High. That woman, as long as she look at that man and obey him like her king, that God bless her with, that she appreciates him, she will always be in love. When she don't, that's when she's just married to Satan. She's at home with him, but in her mind, she's seeking else things. She's married to Satan now. And she's pushing her husband because she's like this and not treating him like them white girls. Be like, oh, my chocolate king. Let me tell you. Hey, they will have this little extra feminine thing going on just to make him feel like king. I'm not saying my sisters got to be fake, but I'm going to tell you, white girls and they moms and made them master this thing. When they're around the black, that's why that other video I showed y'all, when all them white girls was around that black sports player, and they were like, oh, we're going to go have a party. Let me tell you, men like that feminine energy. I mean, they was a little too freaky and crazy, but I'm saying, think about the thought of he's a topic of discussion and nothing else. You think you can do that to your black husband? He's a topic of discussion. I'm talking about you excited to be around this dude. You love him. Even when he get on your nerves, you love him. Y'all don't know. I'm telling you. A dishonest woman contempteth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman who don't care, she got pride, she shall be counted as a dog. So if you're walking around with pride, you're counted as a dog. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A woman that honored her husband will be judged wise of all. All the sisters want to be like her and want advice from her, because how do you make this man walk around with such confidence like a king? What are you doing? Why are you always so happy? They want to know. How can they do that? It's simple. Love the Lord. Appreciate what he have given you. If you want a bag like the little girl who's like Ice Spice, get ready for a death journey. Walking through the desert. That bag, a bag with letters on it? Do you know how psychologically mental ill you are? A bag with letters, it's just a bag with letters. If you truly love your significant other, you rather love that person and have just your necessities and grateful with the Most High got you, a little garden, a little base, you got your little chickens, and not be driving around in a Lamborghini somewhere. That's true love. People who are in love with riches, they're empty inside. Huh? 27, a loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away enemies. Let me see. What did I want? Hold up. 1 second here. I wanted to talk about this really quick. This Remy Ma and Papoose. We remember Remy Ma. You see Remy Ma and Papoose right there? We remember Remy Ma and Papoose. Beautiful black couple. Y'all remember that? They've been putting this all on social media, and people are trying to get views from another person's business, which is not their own business. Okay? I am not going to tear down my own black king and queen. Okay? But unfortunately, she is doing this, making herself look very bad. This brother, let me tell you, he was a battle rapper. He's a battle rapper, great battle rapper out there in New York. He can't really make a lot of hits, but he's a great battle rapper. He's really good. I've known about him for many years. He gets with Remy Ma. Remy Ma, she had a little reign with Fat Joe, but she really didn't make a lot of money. Papoose gave the sister a life. He wasn't so famous in the rap business, but he was very smart. He was an honorable man. Yes, he was like a Muslim. Obviously, you couldn't expect him to know the truth, but he carried himself in a certain way. He said he was raised to be a family man. Right? He got, you know what I mean? He got her a good life. Even outside of music, because she wasn't really making that much money in music like that. Outside of the few shows she did. She got in shape. She wasn't obese anymore. She started to look more beautiful. Whatever, I don't know if she got, whatever she got, weave or lashes or surgery. I don't know what she's gotten. I'm not going to assume what she has, but I know they were looking very good together. She ended up cheating on her brother, allegedly. She ended up going to prison. He held her down for 6 years. Faithfully. And everybody out there, you understand, on the East Coast knows this. She comes back, like I said, sisters always get in shape. When a man helps her get in shape, they take it to another man eventually. She gets another guy who looks very similar to him. She probably didn't like the control that he was saying. You know what? I see you looking good and beautiful, but now you need to kind of calm it down a little bit. I'm the one who helped you get all this. She cheats on him. He gets into a fight with the guy, beats him up, stumps him out, whatever the case may be. They're making rumors about him all over. Oh, he's losing his hair. Who cares if a man is losing his hair? It happens. It's very childish how they're doing. They have children. So he eventually, down the line, this goes on for a few years, he gets with Clarissa Shields. Okay, the famous black boxer. Now they're making fun of her. She let me see. Hopefully I spelled her name right. She gets with the brother. I don't know if y'all know her. She gets with the brother. She's a famous boxer. Okay, she has a good relationship with the brother. And now Remy, she wanted to cheat on somebody else, but now she wants to get jealous and worry about what they're saying on social media and listen to the beef. Well, now, Remy, you're with your man that you cheated on him with, and she's with somebody you didn't want anymore. We let the internet dictate who we should be with, divide family and all that. We have to be careful bringing your personal things to Facebook. Nobody cares on Facebook. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, you got to go home with each other. No one cares about your personal feelings on Facebook. People are addicted to Facebook. People literally come on Facebook talking as if they're talking to someone. Every day, it's people who just comes on this joint. It's nothing like producing anything positive, promoting anything positive. It's really, they're talking as if Facebook is a person or the people are in their living room having a conversation. This is mental illness. This is the same thing that's going on with the celebrities. Nobody cares on Facebook. If you don't have a business, if you're not promoting nothing to help people come to the Lord, it's really a waste of time. Because it's the same thing going on here. People take your stuff, try to cut it up, rewind it, edit it, use it against you. Let me tell you, it's for these demons. So yeah, Remy Ma, this is old Remy Ma right here. He was with her through all of this. He was with her before she got the surgery and all of this new good look. But you know what Ciroc says? You know what Ciroc says? I can't stand a woman jealous of another woman. He says, I can't stand a woman jealous of another woman. You didn't, and let me tell you, even worse, Papoose then found out, let me tell you, he caught her in the room with another woman. He didn't even put that out there the whole time and kept her integrity. She's just bashing him, gonna put the brother losing the hair out there as if men don't lose hair when they get old. Huh? She puts him out like that just with a low blow. And he like, man, like she really trying to do me like that. He like, you know what? I kept her integrity this whole time while she was talking down. I beat this dude's behind the scene. He wasn't even going around telling people he beat the dude up. He's not that type of dude. He's a stand-up guy. He beat the dude. He was alone with this dude's whole crew and whipped his behind. Stomped him out. Because that's his baby's mother. He didn't go around spreading that. But when she starts spreading and trying to embarrass her own baby's father, that's when this had to come out. Like, listen. You know, she was dealing with a weakness that I tried to protect. I came in the room one day. She was with another woman who she was in prison with. And she was always going against the lifestyle, but that's what she was really dealing with on the low. See? So this is what a lot of sisters be going through. Then he came in another day. His child was in there while she was laying in the bed. Not doing it, but laying in the bed with the same woman. So he told that other sister, you got to get up out of here. So he protected her even when he wasn't with her. And this is the low blows that a lot of us be going through in a broken home situation. And I'm going to tell you something. In the church, we can counsel you. But once you get civil, that's on you. Y'all go figure that out. Now you can watch from home online and you go figure that out at home. You're not going to get the church and try to say the church told you to do this and that. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. When you take it to the white man and the judge, dare you to go to the law about your matters. That's what the scripture says. You're going to pay the othermost farthing. 1 Corinthians 6. Dare any of you having a matter against another go to the law before the unjust and not before the saints? Do you not know that all the saints shall judge angels? Once you take it to the white man, go handle it. Huh? You say you want to get baptized and walk in the scriptures. Now we tell you how to walk according to Christ, not our own words and our own opinion. And we try to walk as examples to show you. But you don't want to listen. Then you want to go to the white man. Then you want to come back and get our counsel. You followed your own counsel like Saul. Like Samuel said, you go deal with that. It's no back and forth thing, no lukewarm thing where you like, I didn't went over there. We need y'all to help. Yeah, so now you're going to be telling the judge in the courts, bringing our names and our church up. We ain't dealing with that. You go deal with that now like a grown up. We're not taking care of grown children. If you really want to get right, you come holler at us. But once you take it to them, you deal with that. Huh? It's time to have peace. Christ said, blessed are the peacemakers, not the beef makers. We're not here to take care of grown children. You either want to learn and do right or you don't. You too old for this crap. Some of y'all be older than me and I'm teaching y'all how to live and you still fighting and bickering among one another. Take your grown behind home and figure your problems out with this Bible that we done taught you these thousands upon thousands of lessons. You too old for this crap. You're supposed to be examples to some of us. Fighting like little children. Come on now. Let's get this thing together. Then you got this Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez thing. It's another scam. Another psyop. I don't think this dude's in prison at all. I think both of these people are Masons being used to divide the black woman against the black man. Yeah, the Israelite black woman against the Israelite black man. I believe that. This case came out the same time. All of a sudden, they want to bring it out during the Puffy case. It's just two divides going on. Keep the children of Israel busy with mess and garbage about Puffy, Tory. I'm like, y'all been knew this dude didn't shoot this woman. If all of this was real, police ain't making mistakes like that. Trust me when I say that. It's always the celebrities, right? And then they come back and, oh, this is what really happened. You've been having this evidence. You don't make a mistake when you're taking a normal person to prison. You've been knowing that you know what I mean? If this was real, that she didn't get shot. And that she said it on camera. He said it on camera. Let me tell you, guys, when you really go through, when you're really in crime life, they don't make mistakes. They will take, let me tell you, they will take you to jail for less than that. They wouldn't make a mistake with high profile people like that. It's either they want to take them to jail or they're getting paid not to do it. I don't believe the stabbing was real at all. I don't believe none of it. Go back and look at these people's history and what they really do. You're dealing with a witch and a warlock. 48 laws of power and the art of war. These Masons in this industry don't fool me. They play both sides like cowards, Judases, Jezebels. Don't let them distract you. They're trying, listen, do you know why they did this? To make you hate a black man against a black woman because he would shoot her in the foot. And then come back later and then say, we found out he didn't do it, so now you can hate Megan Thee Stallion as a black woman. You ain't hating Megan Thee Stallion. You're going to be thinking that all black women is like this. They do anything to keep us divided. That's why I'm bringing this lesson out tonight. You have to bring back the image and stand together because they are promoting another image. Let me tell you, if it's working like that, we definitely need to work on us because image is so important that it's dividing us. So we have to bring the other side of the image back. That's war. Christ didn't make you fight a war of fists and knuckles. He made you fight a spiritual war of standing together. That's more easier than any other physical war. Meaning like, yeah, it's not easy, but you don't got to go get hurt. All you got to do is love one another. It's easier for us to pull a trigger and go do violence. And it's that hard for us to love each other. The loving should be easy. We don't have love, honor, respect. That's hard for us to do. We don't like rules when we are a people of law. Somebody saying she might not be a she. Well, I'm you know what I mean? I wouldn't know. I'm not sleeping with the woman. I'm not knowing. I really don't too much care about that. I'm looking at the image of everything. They promoted they sent Kanye West this Armenian witch. They sent him knowing that he's simple as a day's old. And Kanye West, if you watching, brother, I said it. We can talk about it because I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know. You can do better because you a king. But your movements is simple as a day's old. You went from one white woman to another white woman. I'm sorry, King. You can't talk about the black people and you still making these silly mistakes. You need somebody who's going to be real with you and talk to you. You got Jay Prince as a homeboy. And let me tell you, man, somebody got to tell you the truth. Jay Prince with a black woman. You can't tell me somebody ain't tell you that, but they looking up to you because you have money. We ain't gonna do that over here, brother. Your money, we don't need your money. You are going through some type of issue spiritually, and you need a spiritual counselor. I don't care who you are. You can be at the top of the billionaires list. Your money can't buy your way into the kingdom, brother. You misleading the people. You either an Israelite, a holy Israelite, or you're not. So if you want that realness, you can come holler at the real ones who's waking God's people up. I don't care how good your beats are. And that's no disrespect because you my brother, but brothers got to be real with one another. That's how we pull each other out the fire. You be gentle to some, and some you got to hate even a spot on their garment. All right? So there's no disrespect. We just speak as men. I'm not better than you. I don't think I'm better than you, but what I'm going to tell you, if you're going to speak the walk of Christ, you can't be lukewarm with it. You got enough money where you shouldn't be crying about what the white man is doing. Right? So I'm not going to belittle you in no other way, but I'm going to tell you right now, the image of the Most High, why don't you go and find you a black sister? Because Tyrese even had to learn that. Y'all keep going over there getting these Arab, Persian type of women and all that. No disrespect to this nation. But yeah, now Tyrese he had him a nice, beautiful black sister. But he had to cry that she took his children first, the other one, to go through this. When are we going to learn? We at the end, all they doing is setting y'all up. They're sending you these women. It's witchcraft behind this to send you a specific woman. You want to talk about black people and all of this stuff? You know what I mean? All of these different topics and things. When you ain't going through the struggles of trying to, and the things to try to even live the life of us. Right? You got the Fugazi podcast. He's telling black women and women what they should do and what they should not do, and nothing against any Edomite brothers. That's our brothers and sisters. But guess what? You got a whole white wife and you speaking for us. No. I'm not saying that they don't have nothing to say, but y'all be dogging our sisters, and then you wonder why our sisters be frustrated, and then they see you with a white wife and you talking all this crap. Nah, man. We can't do it like that. You know, my white sisters, if you married to a black man, that's your husband. That's who you love, and he love you. And we not belittling you, but we have to speak to the Jew first and also to the Gentile. So it's no disrespect. We love you. You are our sister now, and vice versa. So the reason why I'm saying this, I'm gonna play a video for you guys to show you what I'm saying. So, excuse the language, but you got somebody laughing. Why do we put everything on Instagram? Why can't we protect each other's integrity? So I'm not putting this on here to embarrass our people. It's already have embarrassed us. It's already in front of thousands. But I'm saying, why we keep pulling out this phone and laughing like it's funny? Do you think it's funny that black men are arguing with their family, and then now a brother is going to die because he didn't committed adultery against our law? Don't you think it's time to come back to our God? Follow the laws of not committing adultery, fornication, coveting thy neighbor's husband or wife. And then they wouldn't be sitting here if they knew their law. We sitting here laughing, ho, man, look at this. When this brother end up going to prison, can't provide for his family, and then this sister, because she's ungrateful, and she, you know what I mean? He speaks a few good words, you know what I mean? And then she cheats on her husband, and all their legacy is ruined. So you got she's cheating with the Amazon driver, standing on his side when her husband's on the other side with the gun, trying to protect the dude she committed adultery with. Lord have mercy. And another black sister's, he's too controlling. Who wouldn't stand up for their wife, but don't go to prison behind her? Guess what? A wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. She cheat on you these days, you can't be in these prisons. Let her go with him. Just let her go. Let her go. That means it was somebody else for you and she wasn't the one. You ain't even got to prove yourself. So he's asking the brother, he's like, I know who your wife is. Do your wife know you cheating with my wife? Boy, it's just sad that we got to go through this. And every time you see this, sisters, they can't admit when they're wrong. The sisters can never admit when they're wrong. Only righteous sisters can. They can never admit when they're wrong. You ever notice, sisters, how you always have an excuse? That's something that came from me. You got to work on that. You always have an excuse of why you did something instead of just saying, you know what, honey, I was wrong about that. I apologize. Even when you are righteous, sister, sometimes you be going through that. You know it. It ain't enough Lugol's iodine on the thyroid for that one. It's time for you to admit. I just read you the scripture that all sin came from the woman. That's just the curse that came with it. You're the weaker vessel. It's all good. But you're going to have to drop that pride. You're going to have to drop that pride. It's like the sisters never want to admit when they're wrong, boy. It's not about being wrong. That's how you heal. Confess your faults. Let the elderly sister say it for you. Fair use.
A hard time taking responsibility. We have a hard time being shown ourselves. And I've come to realize that women are very, very prideful. Like, men have egos, but women are very prideful. And the reason why we have a hard time being shown who we are is because the opposite of pride is shame. And we don't want to feel that shame because it is very painful. Wow. But let me tell you something. You have nothing to be shameful about simply because you're imperfect. We are all imperfect. One of the best gifts you can give your husband is when he says, babe, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I see in you. This is where you can improve. This is the adjustments I think that you can make, is to sit back and think about it and then say, you know what, babe, I can see where I could do better in that area. I'm sorry for making you feel that way. I don't want you to feel that way, right? Eat it, because that's going to give you the relationship you're actually fighting for. Women have a hard time taking responsibility. We have a hard.
It's time, my sisters. It's the truth. You know how many sisters, boy, let me tell you, boy, me and your Rawchaa used to go through it. You would catch a sister in something like, not that you even care about her being wrong. Like, sis, it's 30 witnesses. It's more than 2 witnesses. It's okay. No one's going to look at you in a bad way. Sisters be caring more about saving face. And let me tell you, they will catch a man cheating or do something, and they might be cheating with 3-4 dudes, but they on this dude's neck like, yeah, you know what I mean? But the whole time they taking it to the grave, all they're wrong, and the Most High's watching it. And that's why the relationship is so stagnant, because there's one person in the relationship, even though the man probably did something wrong, let me tell you, she holding a bag of bones. She holding a bag of bones, trying to protect her innocence, which is her nature. But which one do you want? Which one do you want? All right. 1 second here. So you got the black woman not loving her own man, because they divided us. And now let's show the black man not loving his own. Now you got to turn to passport bros. Who's going to stand together and fight the war and come out together with the image of the Most High, the black Israelite man and the black Israelite woman? Who going to do it? Or we all going to just run away and just hope it just figure itself out? Let me tell you, the Gentiles is speaking up about this too now. Like, listen, we date black men, but we do want to see the love for you all too. We do want to see y'all love too. Come on now, like, y'all gonna get that low? Listen, the nation still look up to us like, yo, we love y'all. We used to watch the Cosbys. We used to watch TG, IF with Steve Urkel and all that. Even though these cats was off, the image of it was still kept. The Will Smith show and all that. All of these different things, they just slowly took the image away. And now even the Gentile, like, listen, okay, when the party is over, we still want to see black love at the end of the day. Fair use, educational purposes only. So I appreciate this white lady for being honest.
I have a question for some black men, because I know it's not all, so don't come for me saying she said all. I never said that. But I do have a question for some, specifically the black men who choose to date white women, because that is where I have seen it the most. But I was about to go into the store, right? There was a black man there. He was with a white woman. You could tell they were together. Okay. As I'm getting ready to come into the establishment. I'm right behind them. He holds the door for me. I said, thank you. He said, oh, you're very welcome. Okay. There was a black lady right behind me. He let that door go and slam in her face. And I looked, and I even said to him, I said, oh, that was very rude. And he said, what? What happened? I held the door for you. I said, yes, you did. I said, but why did you let it slam in her face? And he just kind of smirked and walked off. I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand that shit. I do not give a damn who you choose to date. You can date whatever fucking race of people you want to date. I don't give a damn. But why must you treat black women so horribly when you choose to date outside of your race? And I have seen this more than once, so don't tell me that was just him, because it's not. I have witnessed it, that when a black man chooses to date another race, he chooses to treat black women like trash. And that's the most ignorant shit I have ever seen in my life. I will never understand that. You have a right. You can have your preference. You can date whoever the fuck you want to date. This is a free country. Nobody said that. You can love whoever you want to love, but why
Excuse the
must
language.
you just treat black women horribly when you choose to do that? That is the most insane thought process I have ever heard of. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was dating a black man that specifically treated black women horribly, that specifically just degraded black women, talked down on them, that would be an automatic deal breaker for me, because why? Your mother is black.
Come on
Your
now.
sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is black. Why would you do that? Just because you choose to date outside of your race never, ever, ever gives you the right to degrade black women. It's the most disgusting behavior I have ever seen, and I have seen it so many times, and I would love for someone to tell me why. Why do you do that? It's just sickening. Like, I just can't. I would say good day, but that just pissed me off, so whatever.
Man, I thank the Most High for this sister, because I thank the Most High for this Edomite lady and sister, because the Gentiles said, they're going to come and say, surely our forefathers have taught us lies. You can even tell how she speaks that she loves our people. The new white person today in this fake age of 2025 is not the old. Let me tell you, it's not. Let me show you. Watch this. Some of them appreciate us. Even during slavery, they did. All right. This is not the old white settlers no more. Esau got style now. They didn't got in the gym. You know what I mean? They got their slang up. This is not the same looking and sounding Edomites anymore. They didn't step their game up. This is not the. Listen, listen, hold up. I'm talking black. You can't just erase all black. That's what made me want a black man. You can't just throw away your own people. And the whole reason is why I wanted them, because of who you guys were in the beginning. This not the white type of white person you see anymore. You see, she got the hat to the side. She cool. They like a little season on their food now. They like to snap your fingers and do the step. Listen, you think if we destroy each other, they will be able to act black anymore? They like, hold up, we can't become black. We can act black, but we can't turn black. If y'all destroy each other, that's it. Who we gonna be like next? The Arabs or the East Indian? They haven't created anything special in this world. I just showed you what's going on in Egypt. It ain't nothing but markets upon markets upon markets for hours. It's 10, 30 fish shops on the same block. That's why the Most High said we can't be like them and covet, because that's all they do is covet. It's 30 fish shops on the same block. What's special about one? He just talking about, look at this size fish. This dude got the same size fish. The Arabs and East Indians, no offense, I love y'all if y'all in the truth and all that, but I'm sorry, your people have not created anything special. It was given to Ishmael riches. He ain't done nothing special. He ain't even invent nothing with the money he did. He needed Esau to come over there and do all the construction and teach them how to do it. So this white lady like, listen, y'all gonna just destroy each other for real, for real? Who gonna play basketball? Who gonna entertain? Like, and I know that may sound bad, but they know no one can do this like us. They watching the reality TV shows, talk shows, in the mirror before they go to the club, trying to learn how to dance before they go to the club just to have fun. And she's like, y'all gonna destroy each other, huh? This be these corny military type dudes I used to always meet with this certain type of haircut, certain type of little military mustache, who's just corny as I don't know what, or they the corporate type of guys who think they better than everybody else just because they grew up in the hood and didn't like it. That don't mean you should turn into a cornball dude who turned into a cop and talking about, I hate you, black. I can't stand you. Yeah. And you just hate your own. Now you hate yourself. So what? Everything that you have become, it was all worthless. So this sister, let me tell you, I'm telling y'all, we had to hit it on the brother side and the sister side. I can't just down the sisters. Matter of fact, I ain't down them. Let me choose the right words. Even if you see a sister who may not know what you know, you still have to treat them respectful because you don't know their future and who they will become if you be kind and show Christ to them. If you see a sister, she can have a stomach out, Daisy Dukes. She might get on your nerves for a second, but that's still your sister. Just open the door. Here you go, ma'am. She might say, you know what? You're such a nice person. What church you go to? You didn't mess that up because you just slammed the door on her. You have to have mercy on your people, guys. When the Gentiles see you turn to a traitor and a sucker, they don't want to deal with you either. Right? We need the fathers and the mothers to come back together, or this is what we're going to create. Stupidity. And nothing against Ray J. He's lost like everybody else. When he thought Suge Knight was going to be an example to him, he saw Suge Knight, the most manliest, biggest football player, thug type of guy, doing things that he thought, he grew up as Brandy's brother. He thought being a blood was about being a man. But all he saw was Suge Knight allegedly doing the same thing they claimed Puffy was doing. He said Suge Knight was putting straps and handles. He like, listen, he said, you want to talk about Puffy? You ain't heard of nothing like that. So that's why I'm telling y'all, I don't really get with these rappers and all of these Tupac and all this. Let me tell you, I know all the true stories now. I'm not blaming these people, but it was all LGBT. They want to talk about Dr. Dre. So that means Snoop Dogg, everybody saw it. Everybody know what's going on. Everybody's hiding each other's secrets. Okay? When we're not following the laws of the Most High and standing up and being an example as Israelite man and Israelite woman, this is what we create in the homes, the curses. This brother got all the money. You would think he can use it for his legacy. But if your legacy is embedded with sin, it ain't no legacy. These Jewish people is going to take it from you.
Gay Pride Month. Shout out to all my gay niggas. Shout out to everybody in the LGBT community. I told my niggas that it need to be more straight niggas giving love to the gay niggas.
Y'all see what the devil came to do? Y'all didn't used to like watching Moesha? Y'all didn't like Ray J when he was in his. Everybody loved Ray J when he was young, even though we knew he had a screechy owl voice. If I had one wish. We all knew one wish was trash, but we still gave it a pass. But when the mama and the daddy ain't in the house, all the family shows is gone. Now children got rock and roll thugs with their pants down. And man, let me tell you how powerful the image of the Most High is to keep our children in the same fruitfulness. Last video. Okay, that's not. Is that not available anymore? All right, that's not available anymore. It's kind of late. I'll open up the lines for a little bit. But it's kind of late. So the number to call in really quick. All right. 979-398. Let's try this out. 979-398-5875. All right. So I really shouldn't take no call-ins because it's getting late, but it's fine. If you want to call in, if we don't get no call-ins, we had a great show, and I know you got something to go and think about. Once again, the call-in number is 979-398-5875. I don't need you to call in to preach. I already did enough preaching. But if you have something to say on the topic tonight, let it come in for 2 minutes. 979-398-5875. Right? I know some of y'all men out there know that the sister who went over to Africa, that is already men like that over here. You're not finna just forget about the brothers over here. That's what they tried to do on the Black Panther. Forget about Killermonger in the hood, and they just standing over there like kings and just like, yeah, them niggas over there ain't nothing in America. Yeah, we are the kings who the Most High chose to give the truth out to the world. You could choose to be king with us or still be like the traitors who sold us over here in war against the devil with your brothers. We all in this together. All right? 1 second here. 1 second. Let me see something really quick. One second. I want to make sure we good really quick. Give me 1 second before y'all call in. Nah, man, I ain't got time for this. Let me sign back in. It's signing me out. All right, we good. All right, 979-398-5875. If y'all don't call, I'm about to go get me some food. Good Lord. Think we're going to leave it there. Because I know it's late on the East Coast. All right, man, listen. I'm happy nobody called. No, I'm just joking. I thought it was going to be a shorter show. But man, the Holy Spirit, like, listen, go on in with it. All right? Go on in with it. So listen, that's all we have for tonight. I'm about to go hit me about 200 squats. You know what I mean? Because I didn't get to go to the gym today, so I'm hit me about 200 squats. And there we go. Peace and blessings to you. Here we go. Here they go. Here they go. That's how we always do. Shalom. Let me make sure everybody can hear you first. Can everybody say 1 second here? 1 second. Let me see.
You know what I mean?
Say something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me make sure we can hear our caller. All right. Say something again. Testing.
Something.
Can y'all hear the caller? Please let me know. Can y'all hear the caller? Can you guys hear the caller? Who's calling in? Mika. All right, Sister Mika, what do you have for us tonight?
What are your thoughts on? Oh my God, I put my phone number up there. I wanted to know, what are your thoughts on when a woman is submissive and respectful and she's looking for guidance and she's looking for her husband to lead, but he doesn't. Now, I'm going to admit that when I tried to talk to him about it and he wasn't trying to hear it, then I did get a little disrespectful. So I'll admit my part in that. But I want to know, what are your thoughts? Oh my God, why is my number on the screen?
I'm sorry about that. Let me take that off. All right, go ahead. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question really quick. And I'm sorry about that. This is my first time using this platform. Okay, so you in our church? You're in our church, right?
Yes.
All right. So
But I'm not.
we're not gonna put your name out there and nothing like that. But you were saying that you've been in the relationship for a long time, and you're saying it's hard for you to submit.
No, so I was submissive. So I'm pretty sure if I wasn't submissive, he wouldn't have married me or anything like that. So I'll admit I knew nothing of narcissism, and I knew a guy's supposed to submit to God, but my himself was the love bombing, which I knew nothing of what love bombing was. So love bombing, being there, showing up completely different from what I had before. So I'm thinking, and I even prayed about it, and I felt like God was saying, yes, this is the guy. But through premarital counseling, we did get the pastor say that we should wait because the guy wasn't ready. And the guy started acting like, and I was okay with not marrying at the time. So the guy started acting like he was okay. His actions changed, like things were different. So I believed him versus going back to God saying, okay, should I proceed with this marriage? I did not do that. So I believe what I was seeing at the time, which was completely false. So we get married, move out of town, and that's when the mask came off and all hell broke loose. And me still wanting my marriage to work. I stayed 14 years, almost 14 years this July.
How long have you been in the marriage in the truth? How long have you been in the marriage in the truth?
In the truth, not long, probably not even a year. He's not in it. I am. And I just joined. I'm not with a local church, but I've been in the academy probably maybe 5 or more times. Okay. But my son has been in it. My son and my mom has been in it way more, so that's how I was learning.
Well, we had a caller like this. I don't know if you heard our show not too long ago. We had a caller, very similar caller, and the sister said, "Well, I've been with this man for a long time. Mm-hmm. That's how it was in the beginning, but I've changed." Well, listen, you got to understand something. The Most High have been putting up with us as a people and our individual selves for a long time. Then he had mercy, forgiveness, and grace on us. Can we not have that same mercy and forgiveness on each other? Because the scriptures talks about the unbelieving husband and the unbelieving wife. As long as is he pleased to dwell with you?
Does he what?
Is he pleased to dwell with you?
Yes, but he doesn't. We're just, to me, the way things are now, we're just roommates.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're in the truth, and you have higher expectations, but I mean, you still have to. Now you're gonna have to be an example that Christ is in you, and show him that same you understand, thing that you're learning to bring him to Christ, because it happens all the time.
Right.
Right? 1 Corinthians 7:14 is about the unbelieving husband and unbelieving wife. So you're going to have to
Right.
show Christ to get Christ. Just like if you want
Right.
to convert somebody, you can't go telling them, I'm in the truth now. You eating pork, I can't mess with you no more. Well,
Right.
to a certain degree, yeah, we're not going to eat the pork with the person, but if we can be an example and show them that, hey, you're still, you still respect them and honor them. For example, your parents or something like that. You're not going to just
Right.
walk out on them. So you really have to be patient and show your husband. You guys have kids, right?
No, so we don't have kids. This is my.
So now you're saying,
This
well,
is my.
we don't have kids. I should still leave the person. Well,
No, no, no.
go ahead.
So I have 4 kids from a previous marriage. He was previously married before as well. So this is both of our second marriage. So, and before I was married 12 years. For him, he was only married
So
maybe
he
a
has
year.
his own kids?
No, he doesn't have any.
And you have kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they're all grown now, but
Okay.
yeah, 4.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 47.
You 47?
Yes.
My sister, it's very hard. I'm not saying anybody should settle, but it's very hard to just start something new, especially at that age when you're beyond the age of really marriage. The age of marriage for sisters is usually, in this generation, 18 to 30, really.
Yes.
And so starting something over and new, one, that's really the script. You still got to follow the scriptures.
Right.
Unless this dude's beating on you, committing adultery, and just outright madman, I would just exercise patience and just be patient and show Christ. Marriages take work either way, but even you start something new, a lot of sisters, just like we had the sister on the show that we showed that went to Africa, she found the right man and she still couldn't keep the man. So it's like,
Right.
I would just, how long you been in this walk, sister?
Not long. Maybe I've known about you guys for maybe over a year. But I just joined the academy probably a little over 5 times now. So.
Okay. None wrong.
But my
hold
grievance
on,
with my.
nothing
Okay.
Wrong, nothing wrong with that. But you are really young. And when I mean, even if you're of age, you're really young spiritually. It's a lot of sisters who comes in, especially sisters. Sisters move fast. Sisters be moving fast. And I'll tell the sister, I'll say, listen, if you do this and do this, this is what's going to happen. And then that'll happen. And then they will later say, man, you were right. You got to put some time in the truth. First and foremost, with the Most High, to understand even why we're telling you this. You don't even know why we're telling you this, or you wouldn't really be not debating it, but going against it. I'm not saying you're fully going against it, but you really would already understand why we're telling you this. So you're new, you're very zealous. You want to, you ready to follow the laws. He's not ready to follow them, but really you need to build a foundation and be patient. Do you come to an actual body to study with the body yet?
No, I've reached out to because I do want to join the Dallas body.
Okay. So if you send an email to Elder Rawchaa at gmail.com, okay, and that's Elder, and it's AHRAYA at gmail.com. And if you come back and listen to the show, you could just send it there. And then I can get you in contact with Bishop Azan so he can guide you and shepherd you. And he's going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you. Just be patient and let the Most High work. And from there, you'll know if that person is meant to be with you or not and all that. It's just going to take some time, right?
Yes. But 14 years?
So see, listen, the time on earth is not the time of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to just reteach you to understand. Like, listen, let me give you an example of my. I was a young man, 24, and I can't blame my past or blame the person. I was willing to stay with the wicked person through the whole kingdom as a man. You see, men, we have to take chastisement. We have to take rule from men. And sometimes sisters can't seem to take that from men. And men do it. So if a man can do it, a woman can definitely do it. I was with a person for, let me tell you, 10 years. And guess what? Hey, they would want to do their own thing, and nothing against that person, with all due respect. But guess what? I did it as a man. You know, so
Right.
and because I showed Christ, if eventually it's supposed to be something else, it will be. And if it's not, it'll happen the way the Most High wants it to be. So I'm saying, you know, just be patient and grow first. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of times when we're young, yeah, we make certain decisions. We pick a person for this or that, or you know what I mean? Because we come from the curses, broken homes. But at least try to make sure that you do right by it according to the scriptures. So email me. I'll get you with Bishop Azan, and you're gonna have to do your part. Come to church, learn, be guided, and then maybe you'll do a little bit more understanding.
Okay, so can I speak a little bit more, if you don't mind?
Well, I do have to get to the next caller, and it's really
Okay.
about 2 minutes. So you can call in our next show. I usually come on Tuesdays. And what's your name again?
Mika.
Mika, nice to meet you, my sister, and I pray
Nice
that
to
you
meet
can
you as well.
get with the body, but you can call in any time in the shows. I just have to try to get to another caller, okay?
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Bless you, my sister. Bless you.
Bless you as well.
Right,
Shalom.
Yes, forgive me, guys, because I this is my first time using this call and stuff. I'm glad somebody told me that the number was up there, and and I'm gonna have to figure. I'm gonna get my other mic. I'm going to actually get my other mic because it seems that my mic turned down when I had the caller on the phone for whatever reason. So I'm going to deal with that because it's a whole new system. But listen, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, Elder Rawchaa and Elder Dale, for always doing what you guys do. This was a great show tonight. Man, I pray that we can get this thing together, and we're going to have to. I mean, this is what the Bible says. Somebody's going to do it. Either somebody's going to do it and somebody's not. Peace and blessings to you guys. You know, I want to put one more thing out there. A lot of people maybe think that this is a good book. This is not a book backed by Christ. It's not a book backed by the disciples. It's plagiarism. It's a lie. And a lot of people go off. I remember watching, you know, a lot of these young brothers and sisters just move so fast and reading so many books that our church already read. And we can tell you what's wrong and what's right. All you have to do is join our Bible Academy, man. And this is a bunch of garbage. This is a total lie. Let me tell you. And I'm going to read you a little bit of the lies of why people are turning to vegans, following a vegan doctrine, why Paul would say things like, hey, if you want to be vegan, be vegan. You can't get on the person for eating meat or a person being vegan, because a lot of the scribes and these Jewish people, they would actually, you know, just start making things up on their own. Right? So, Edmund, this is the Essene Gospel of Peace. I actually stepped on this. If you see some little stains on it, I stepped on it. I watched my wife. I stepped on this thing a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, Edmund Bordy or something like that, Zekli. Obviously, you know who that sounds like. The people over there in Canaan. 1905 to 1979 was a visionary scholar linguist and the natural health pioneer who brought the lost wisdom of the Essenes. He didn't bring anything, actually, to the modern world. A gifted philologist, fluent in multiple ancient languages. He claimed to have discovered and translated the Essene Gospel of Peace, revealing Jesus' teachings on fasting, plant-based nutrition, healing, and harmony with nature. Let me tell you, Christ himself came back eating fish even in the spirit. He came back eating meat in his spiritual body and bread. Okay? He's telling you to be at one with Mother Earth in this book. Nothing that Christ was teaching. A bunch of trash. Which is why you hear a lot of our people going off telling us, if you eat anything other than this, it's a sin. Oh yeah. Let's go into some of this really quick, just to show you how much madness is in this thing. Right? I mean, this thing is horrible. I mean, I don't see how people falling for this stuff, but it's okay. We're here to help you guys. It tell you how to bake your bread without fire. I said, Lord, have mercy. The whole time in the sacrifices, we was cooking things. It tell you don't cook nothing. Huh? It talks about the angel of wisdom, the angel of love, the angel of eternal life, right? The angel of joy, the earthly mother. Huh? And the reason I'm bringing this out because our people are falling for this. All of these books like this, our people are just falling for. The angel of sun, the angel of air, the angel of water. Boy. I'm finna drop it on y'all. Huh? Yep. Here we go. The gifts of the earthly mother. Here we go. The fire of the sun. For the angels of water and of air and of sunshine fed the ripened wheat in the field, and they likewise must prepare also your bread. Meaning, don't cook your bread. And the same sun which with the fire of life made the wheat to grow up and ripen must cook your bread with the same fire. For the fire and the sun give life to the wheat, to the bread, and to the body. These are people who are simpletons and want to be deep and end up going off. These people are no different than who be smoking weed, yeah, smelling like a pound, and they want to feel deep for a second. But the fire of death kills the wheat. So they telling you, don't bake your bread. When we brought our bread grinders out of Egypt and we baked our bread in ovens, our whole lives, on the hearts, the Most High consumed the sacrifice with fire. Let's go to the abundant table of God. So eat always from the table of God, the fruit trees, the grain and the grasses of the field, the milk of the beasts and the honey of bees. For everything beyond these is of Satan. You see what people start to say that? And some of y'all want to, oh, you guys are bullying people. Let me tell you. No, these people are bullying you with lies. Huh? Yeah, if you eat anything else, it's of Satan. If you don't grow your own food, it don't come from Mother Earth, the Earth Goddess, guess what? It's of Satan. Huh? But the foods which you eat from the abundant table of God gives strength and youth to your body, and you will never see diseases. For the table of God filled Methuselah of old, and I tell you truly, if you live even as he lived, then God will of the living give you also. This dude sound like Joel Osteen. Huh? So, let me tell you, don't read any of this garbage. I mean, this is so horrible. This thing is so horrible. I'm going to tell you right now. This thing don't even belong on my bookshelf. But I have to keep it just in case to help someone. I mean, man, the reason it's deceiving people is to try to tell people it's healing them from diseases, as if Christ himself didn't say you can fast already. I mean, come on, guys. So, anyway, be very careful out there. I just wanted to put that out there, right? Don't forget to come to KIIYsupplements.com. I was putting a few things out there that I had to be careful how to say it online. Everybody don't follow me online, but I'm going to say it like this for those who have ears to hear. Being that I'm in the business of healing, for those who have ears to hear and eyes to see, we, we have this here on our site, and let me tell you, boy, I can't speak enough about this iron here. Everybody who says I followed everything Elder told me to do, and there you go. This Lugol's iodine, these mineral selenium, and this iron here, like I'm saying, this is not a sales pitch, okay? I don't need to sell anything. This is the truth to set people free. Now, obviously, I'm not a doctor. You have to talk to your doctors and your health physicians, and you got to do your own research. You know, I got to put it out there like that because of the internet. But not only can you take, I'll say it like this. I'm going to say it like this. Not only do I'll say this. Not only do I take this red thing called, this right here. I'm going to say it like this. You see this right here? This right here? You see that? Let me go back to it. Yeah, that right there. Not only have people, I'm going to say it like that, to those who have ears to hear, have people been taking it internally, all right, with the selenium to make sure that this here, that you don't get an Adam's apple. What do they call that for women that's because they thyroid, you understand, a gland is getting too big and it's getting swollen right there. And then they tell you, they diagnose you with something, and then you got a whole nother journey of something. There's something you can do. You can take your little coconut oil, a little salve, or whatever you got. That's not going to make it, because it can stain all over the place. You can drop 2 drops in that thing, rub a little bit. See? You got a knot, skin tag. You have a lot of sisters get cut to have babies and stuff like that, and you get keloids. You have to be diligent and consistent, though. And then you'll look up and say, Elder, all of this stuff is gone. I had pain right here, and it was a lump, and I just kept rubbing it, and a week later, it was gone. My lymph nodes, knots, I put it there, and it was gone. Okay, so I'm trying to say things in a certain way. Okay, because I know when you get down there to one of them big old buildings with all them windows in there, and they say, I'm sorry, man. You know, I just hate to tell you this, but, and they're going to tell you something that takes your faith away from you. You see, that's what Christ was saying. According to your faith is how you're going to be healed. You have one person say, you know what? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take this chance doing this. Boom, I've been good ever since. And then when they get in your mind, just like the devil got in Sarah's mind, when Abraham thought he had to go sacrifice his son Isaac, he messed with her emotions. He turned into an old man, young man, this type of man. He kept turning into different people to mess with Sarah's emotions. And eventually her emotions is what killed her when you read in the book of Joshua. I mean, tell you, men, grown men, you deal with secret part functions. You know what secret part? Abraham had to circumcise the men. You deal with secret part imbalances and functions. Prostate. Every night, you going to rub it in, in those areas. Sisters, key thing. Try 1 to 3 months rubbing it on the chest, belly button, womb, and the thyroid. And let me tell you, I've been getting a lot of results when it comes to the time of the month. Light cycles. Let me tell you, you guys are not taking care of your gut health. There's a whole new lesson I got to do. You're eating vegetables and meat. It's not enough. That's perfect that you're doing that. Now, if you can add this fresh meal bread to get all of your nutrients and your minerals, it don't have iodine in it in the B vitamins or vitamin D, but you get that from the sun, or you get our vitamin D3 plus K2. Okay? But you have to deal with some type of fermented food, sauerkraut, homemade kefir. I'm giving y'all a gazillion-dollar game. If it's too nasty for you, okay, start with the vitamin D3 plus K2, okay, because the K2 is not inside of vegetables, only K1. People are not getting K2, And the vitamin D is not getting placed correctly because you're not either taking magnesium or you don't eat K2 in your diet. So that's the least you can do. Okay, Elder, I don't like the way this stuff, it stank, it smells sour. Get you some K2, get you some magnesium so the vitamin D can go in the right places and you will not deal with osteoporosis. This is a fact. I didn't make this up. Get you a lot of sunlight. But at least try to start working your way to yogurt, maybe a little flavor kefir in the store to work your way to eventually home kefir, kombucha. We make probiotic drinks here. We deal with all of that here. Okay? But I still do keep my vitamin D3 plus K2. I just still keep it because sometimes if I'm out or whatever, or it's wintertime and I need more. All right. So the iodine, you will not know if you have something underlying if you're not dealing with it, like I said, consistently. Some people who have overactive, okay, you just rub it on this thing. And you're going to come back later and just give the credit to Christ. I don't need no credit. I don't need no credit, but I will say if it helped you, let me know because I need to tell other people. Do you know how many hundreds upon hundreds of people have been telling me this? You probably like, Elder, you lying. I can't lie. I serve the Most High. Okay? So what I'm telling you is multiple upon multiple people have been telling me these things. I just talked to an Edomite today, and I just try to help him. He's dealing with, some things. So let me tell you, this is what Christ called us to do. Heal, rebuild. All right. So I just want to put that out there for the people who don't watch my sports page on Instagram of when I'm sometime coming on, just saying things the best I can. I had to be very careful because my site is a big site and I don't need these big people. You know what I mean? I can't do that. Or this stuff will not be able to help you anymore. So make sure you come to KIIYsupplements.com and you do that and you deal with that, and you have to be consistent. And like I said, even with the menopause thing that we just came out with, you guys have to get your gut in help. You need to jump off of your feet, meaning jog, do jumping jacks every day. Start with a little jumping jacks every day. You don't have time to jog? Okay. How many jumping jacks you can do today? Do that same number tomorrow and add 5 every week. Because you need to squeeze, you need to move the gut so you can let things out and let things go. Drink you some tea, some hot lemon water with some salt, something like that. But you must take in probiotics. A lot of doctors are going to tell you you shouldn't take in too many probiotics. As a black person, you ain't taking in none. That's the issue. You eat meat and vegetables and you like, I'm healthy, I eat. And then you go to the store and you eat the bread from the store. Well, I don't eat bread. You still are not eating fermented food, so you have no K2 in your body. The cows, unless it's grass-fed, ain't giving you K2 in the meat. You can do everything right. You can buy the top supplement for me across the earth. If you don't get K2, your body will be overconsumed with worms, parasites, and microbes. If you don't eat probiotics, you can take every supplement, eat every meat, your body will be overconsumed. Only people who makes it through this is high elite fitness people because they're just going. They run, they jog, they sprint. That's why they living longer even though their diets be trash. Because they moving and the gut is on point. But even sometimes some of them, if they have underlying issues, they have to be very careful what they eat and make sure that they're getting their gut health on point. So I'm here to tell you, a lot of people taking and doing, and some of your results is slower because you don't work out, you don't get off your feet, and you don't eat fermented foods. Okay? So until you work it in, take your vitamin D3 plus K2 with magnesium. Magnesium will make sure that you don't get too much vitamin D. Vitamin D will make sure you don't get too much magnesium. They will offset each other. Okay? The K2 in there, you understand, will make sure that the vitamin D is specifically going where it's supposed to go so that you're not dealing with osteoporosis. All right? But you're going to have to eventually start getting you some gut health. Thousands upon thousands of Israelites do not take iodine. Thousands upon thousands of Israelites do not eat fermented food 2-3 times a day. I don't drink milk, Elder. You need to get raw milk because it's living. You need to deal with living things. And I done started a whole nother lesson at the end, and I'm tired, but I had to get this to our people because the attack is on. You eat nitrates. When you eat sausage, just because it says beef sausage as an Israelite, you eating beef sausage, it have nitrates in it. I don't eat no sausage from the store unless I done bought my own skins from Amazon to have these people make my sausage, period. If it has nitrates in this stuff, if you're not using celery salt to preserve your sausage, you are killing your microbes with nitrates, with the salami and all of that. Well, we can't get everything perfect. Of course we can't. I'm going to tell you another thing. I challenge you, especially women, I challenge you. Come back and give me the results when you stop drinking coffee for 1 to 3 months. Even men who have gut issues. I challenge you. I challenge you. And the matter of fact, I know a lot of y'all like Starbucks. I ain't going to hurt your Starbucks, but it's all 90% GMO in Starbucks. I just said it. I know you're going to hate me. Do what you got to do. Pray over it. I get what you're going to say, but it's something outside of caffeine that's with the coffee that's throwing sisters' cycles off. Their emotions and hormones all over the place. You gonna love me as your elder when you do what I'm telling you. If you stop drinking that coffee, stop drinking it for 1 to 3 months. And I ain't saying get back on it. You're gonna need to find something else. You see, I'm gonna give you an example. It's people who takes my pre-workout don't deal with that same issue of that caffeine. So it's not the caffeine. It's caffeine and green tea, black tea. It's something about the coffee. I done bought the $100 coffee, Ethiopian, Arabic, green coffee, garbage. I drunk coffee since a little boy with my grandpa, black coffee. I done drunk coffee all my life. I done took instant coffee before I went to the gym. Feel like I can bust through a brick wall. But I'm going to tell you, everybody's stomach ain't like mine. If you deal with hormone issues off and on, and you're going to have heavy cycles, and you're hurting, and then you get older, and then you got all of these issues, these menopause issues. It's some sisters out there who works out so hard, they don't deal with those issues. It's some black women out there who works out so hard, and they're eating fermented foods, they don't have those symptoms. I'm just telling you the truth. I know a lot of sisters doing everything right except for that. They're not eating enough fermented foods. And they don't work out hard enough. I gave you the game. I'm going to say it periodically from time to time because I know our people stubborn. I can't give them my coffee. Don't give it up. Watch the rest of the sisters who are giving it up because they have to at this point. It's too acidic and it's causing too much bad microbes and worms in their bodies. Yeah. And then they have to keep starting over just like the moon. It's red, it's half, it's crescent. Hey, try it out at least. Men and women, mushroom coffee is not coffee. It's coffee with mushroom powder. That's why you only see me selling the mushroom powder. I can sell mushroom coffee if I wanted to a long time ago. You think I can't get mushroom coffee and slap a label on it? It's coffee with mushroom powder. Just take the mushrooms. Grind you some chickpeas or something like that, like these people doing on there to make coffee. Roast them things up. Now, I will be selling my special tea that tastes like coffee and is way better for you, but that's coming very soon. It's already being patented and you know, I got my licenses and stuff coming, but that's coming soon because I don't just make none at mom and pop shop at home and then sell it. That's illegal. I don't do that. If some of y'all getting away with that, have your grind on. But nah, I got to have licenses over here, baby. I'm being watched. All right. Ain't nothing coming out where it's just like, yeah, pop that in there and that's coming out. Man, I sell to thousands of people. I can't do that. These people, man, I can't do that. I'll be shut down. I have to get licenses. This ain't no mom and pop shop over here. Nothing against people that's doing that. You got to get your hustle on. I get it. But Elder Rawchaa, I'm a public figure. I can't do that. Okay? So, I done gave you gazillion-dollar game. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Take it or leave it. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have eyes to see, let them see. For those who want to be stubborn, I ain't knocking you. You know I love you. Drink your coffee, baby. Drink a cup for me. But don't come crying to me telling me when you got issues. Peace and blessings. Shalom. Oh, yeah.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.